Have you ever gone to one of these? Wait a second. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Never
Wow.
happened. Never happened. Mute your computer, sir.
Where?
I mean, it's a button. Okay, I gotta put Chris down for a second because that's a lot. That's
All right.
a lot. I know. Is he back? He's not back.
He's still got the echo going.
I think I did it.
Okay,
Yes,
you did. You did. I don't know. I just.
Oh my goodness, that scared the daylights out of me.
I'm not.
I was like, what was that?
I guess. I mean, we had a major station meltdown earlier
Yes, we
today,
did. That's
so
what I heard.
everything is all out of whack, and it's starting to return to normal. But yeah, anyway.
I think that was I'm
a user error right there.
No, I think that was on my end. I think I had the speakers turned on because I was trying to go on the. I had a referee Zoom call last night after the show, back to San Diego. So I'm taking credit for that one. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad that you have had a nice, relaxing day.
But it was good. Have you ever been to one of these tournaments though that they have in the hotels, Tony? Do you? I mean, we've seen them all on television, but television doesn't do it justice. The girls are down there practicing in what amounts to basically a ballroom. Yeah. And if you shoot a high arcing jump shot, you could scrape the ceiling with it. It's right there. And obviously it's very close. It's just a very interesting atmosphere, but this isn't the only tournament that does this. I mean, they've had the Battle for Atlantis here for years and years. This is where they have them, right in a ballroom. It's a little different feel than a lot of us are used to, but it's fun to be here anyway. How are you guys? How's Skraby over there? What are you doing, Skraby? What is it that you're doing right now?
I got a lot going on right now.
What could you possibly have?
I'm texting Paul Reindl if you really want to know right now. We're talking about some of the things that happened earlier today.
Yeah, apparently.
What is this producer talk that we're just not privy to?
You don't need to be privy to it.
It's a producer thread. They don't want us involved in it.
Apparently. You're not allowed to see that because it would make your head explode what went on behind the scenes.
Okay. The producer of the morning show, Paul Reindl. Anyway, the big thing really is, I mean, there's not a lot happening. We had a pretty good weekend. The Aztecs have a football game, and that's tomorrow night. You got SDFC's not till Monday night. Padres, Tony, there seems to be a lot of, last time we left off on the new TV deal with ESPN, it felt like you kind of said, we all kind of felt that we're good, right? Padres are going to be on TV pretty much the same way they have been, but for whatever reason, people don't seem to either believe it or they think there's more to it.
I just think that there was some confusion I think for people in San Diego just want to know that they can get their Padres and they can get it. And how do they get it? I think those were the questions, right? The Padres kind of released a statement. I'll read it. It says, you may have seen the news this week about MLB reaching a new agreement with ESPN related to MLB TV. We wanted to let you know that there are no changes to Padre TV for the 2026 season. You will continue to have the same great access to watch Padres baseball with Don and Mud, both in and out of market in 2026 through the Padres TV streaming service. No additional service purchase will be required to enjoy Padre TV next season. So I think that was the main thing. Same. Yes.
And Don and Mud reported, I don't know, but I would assume they're going to be there next year.
Yes, Don and Mud will be there next year.
That's the number one question.
They said Don and Mud will be there next year.
I just want to make sure everybody hears it. Will Don and Mud be there next year? Likely.
Well,
likely.
Can we just not only make that notation, but can we just print that in the sky over Petco Park? Because the reason is because every time Tony fills in for Mudcat on the television,
oh my goodness,
everybody thinks that's it. Tony's, Mark Grant is, not going to be there anymore. Tony's taken over. What's going to happen on the radio? Everybody flips out. Look, it's a long season.
Yeah,
the Padres, give guys a little time here and there so that you guys can all make it through the season. comfortably, right?
Nope.
I mean, that's all the schedule is set up ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't get to pick games. I get a schedule, and that schedule a lot of time is based on what Mud's needs are. You know, if he needs some time off, that's when I'm gonna slide over there. And so, you know, Mud, Don, I would have to assume are going to be back.
So you're not playing a game of Succession at Petco Park where you're trying to make your way in?
Absolutely not.
Because I'm
listen to you trying to start something that's totally not there. What if somebody just tuned in right now and goes, "Oh, I hear Tony Gwynn's trying to push Mudcat out."
Oh well, they need to. I mean, context is lost in anything these days, but I just think
intentional or unintentional.
So I am a conscribicist.
Yes.
No, that sounds weird. I follow conscribicies.
There is conscribicies.
It's a new word in the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
I don't actually like it. Anything with the "ist" at the end is not really that fun for me.
I'm applying to have that put in there officially next year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
But I get texts. Man, are they pushing Mud out? They pushing Mud out. Tell me what the real deal is. And I'm like, I literally know as much as you.
No, Mud's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He doesn't want to go anywhere. So let's just stop that. Number one. Number two, Don misses games as well because he works for Fox.
Right. Jesse slides over there. No one's like, Jesse's
right, and
trying
nobody
to take
ever
him
says,
out.
Right. Nobody ever says, "Hey, Jesse's trying to force Don out."
No.
Skraby, how come you don't say that?
Because it doesn't happen.
What'd you call it again?
A conscribicy.
Conscribicy.
Because it doesn't happen as often. It doesn't happen as often as you filling in for Mud.
That. I don't know.
Yeah,
Jesse's probably on the radio. What, like?
I don't know.
145 games of him.
I don't know that Jesse takes any days. I don't recall him and with unless we're going back a couple years where his father-in-law passed away. I don't think he's missed any games. I
can't remember
unless he's on the TV side.
Yeah,
I think he does. The full season.
I know this sounds easy because I'm not in your guys' chair, but I think I would be my goal to never miss a game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I grew up in that world, I guess. I mean, like Vin Scully, I don't ever remember them giving him a few days off just to relax.
No, I don't think Vin was going to.
Or Chick Hearn. Did Chick Hearn ever take a day off?
I can't recall
a Laker game.
You know, as a guy who
Chick will be back tomorrow. Where is he? Yes, he means he's tired. He's taking a couple of days.
Back in the day, it was way harder to take a game off because you were the source
for sure.
Like no one was going to hear this game unless you were there.
Nowadays, every team has multiple voices.
Yeah,
and so
they interchange
and move it around. Yeah,
you know what? It's not a bad thing that there's some built-in work-life balance for people.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah,
we used to kind of go about with none of that in mind.
I mean, 27 games in 27 days is enough for someone's brain to mush.
For sure.
So
for sure.
No, Chris shakes his head. No, he could do it.
I wish I could see Chris's face. I can't, but yeah.
I don't know why. Up. You know, have you guys seen this? I'm looking at this. I'm gonna stop looking at it, but it seems like the light is getting brighter and then dimmer and then brighter and dimmer. And I don't know if it's something that I can do. I have no idea.
It must be on your side because it's not. I honestly am not seeing it over here. It's a you problem, Chris, is what I'm trying to say.
Now it's bright right now. Now it just got dark again.
Hey, Chris, I think as you would like to remind a lot of us when it's me and Skraby doing this, no one can actually see what you're talking about right now. A lot of the people listening in the radio have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you can come and join our YouTube.
He said, very good point.
At Gwynn and Chris SD. You could also go to the 97.3 The Fan YouTube. You just search 97.3 The Fan. Facebook, 97.3 The Fan. X. We now are on X at 97.3 The Fan SD. Twitch at 97.3 The Fan.
Everywhere.
We're everywhere.
All right. This is
someone said it was a poltergeist in your room, Chris.
Chris, you got to take us to break.
It might. There's something going on with the lighting. I couldn't even tell you what it is, but we'll try to figure it out. Let's just say that. Okay, Friday show. Can you tell we're all a little more relaxed? But we'll got a lot to get done. Kirk Kenney's coming on. Talk about that Aztec football game. We got our soccer guest to talk about the MLS big game. First, there's games this weekend before SDFC plays on Monday night. So we'll get into that. We have our regular Friday features. We have a biggest fan to give away later on. So sit back, relax like we're doing. Enjoy Gwynn and Chris on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
SD Fat Loss is having a...
things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard. Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard. Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
On the clock, Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello out on vacay in the Bahamas. He's not really on vacay, but he's acting like it. And Max Breto, as always, talking Padres TV last segment. And it got me to thinking as we head into what's the next The winter meetings are the next thing up here in December, right?
Yeah.
State of the Padres right now. I would say it's in a bit of a flux right now. You have your GM that, it sounds like they are on the way to making themselves a deal, but we heard that process was gonna start. Haven't heard much since. You hired a manager, Craig Stammer, thought was a good hire. And then the news comes down that team's gonna sell, or they're gonna look into sell. And it got me to thinking, like, in all the cases that we've had in recent years, and Chris, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this.
I will.
I have no doubt.
It's what I live for, Tony, is to correct you if you're wrong.
I have no doubt. But typically how these things work is team starts to look in a sell. And, I think as any smart business would do when they're trying to sell, they want to make everything look pretty clean. And I would think that puts a strain on how free agency works, at least, right? And I only bring that up because we found out who was it found non-tender day?
Adolis Garcia,
power bat. Although it had a down year last year.
Yeah, he hit under 220, 665 OPS, 32 years old.
How many homers?
19.
19 homers. That might be a guy that market could be in play. If everything was
get yourself a World Series MVP on the cheap.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a dude whose salary could be in range, perhaps after being non-tendered.
And he's coming to a winning team or a team set up to win.
Will you be able to even make a play for him? I always thought the Pete Alonsos, the Kyle Schwarbers, always thought that was a pipe dream. That's a lot of money, even if you have money to spend. Even
if there wasn't a situation where you might be looking to sell.
Right. Even if you had that. And so, I just think there is some for as good as things have been, a possible sale certainly puts that into question. Right?
I think you're right. I think a couple of things. It is possible that this Padre team can still be very good, even if it doesn't go out and add a bunch of free agents and spend a lot of money.
Right.
And the reason that I think that is because AJ Preller did the exact same. That's what he did last year.
Yeah.
He added to this team without spending much. The two, make an argument, the two most valuable players on the whole team, in a lot of different respects, were Nick Pivetta and Gavin Sheets, two guys that were signed in, was it February, Tony? Or
it was late.
Later in the off season, and neither of them made a whole lot of money, but they turned out to be great players. So if we're going to say that because of a bit of an uncertain ownership situation, they probably won't spend as much money, I think most people are going to think of that in a real negative tone. It's going to be, the Padres got eliminated in the first round of the playoffs last year. They had all kinds of problems. And now they're not going to be able to add to this team because they can't spend any money because the ownership is in flux. So therefore, all of a sudden the Padres are going to stink. And I don't know that you can make that connection, but I think some people may try to do that.
Yeah.
No matter how much money they spend, new ownership, they already have under contract a very good team.
They do.
So
I think to your point, all that makes, I think, having somebody like AJ Preller that much more important.
Yes.
Right? Because the creativity is going to be high value if indeed that is the case, that they can't go out and acquire the free agents that you would like. I mean, look, the Padres last year finished 10th in payroll. They were 15th the year before that. And so you have to guess it's going to be somewhere in that ballpark, 10 to 15, whatever that number ends up being. And you're going to need somebody who's pretty creative at being able to acquire the talent necessary to take the next step for this ball club.
I don't think that Kyle Schwarber signing as a free agent is going to be bad for anyone. I don't think Pete Alonso is going to hurt any team. But buyer beware on all free agents who make a ton of money. And I'm not really in as much of a baseball mood as I was 2 months ago, Tony. But how many big name, high-priced free agent players were signed last year that either got hurt or disappointed or both?
Yeah.
There were a lot of them. I'm thinking of Tanner Scott from the Dodgers as one. Roki Sasaki, even though he finally gave them what they wanted there in the postseason, looked to be like a complete waste, at least for the entire regular season. And that's just the Dodgers. There were teams all over baseball who were paying tons of money to new free agents that didn't work. Now, it doesn't mean that next year all the new free agents, maybe they'll all work. But I think, don't we end up doing this every year? We look at a team and we go, how much did they produce, or how much did they improve in free agency, and how much did they lose? Well, you know who lost a real lot in free agency last year? And I mean a lot. The Brewers. I don't remember them getting anything.
No, I don't think
but I remember them winning more games than any other team in Major League Baseball.
Right.
That I remember.
Yeah, no, it's certainly.
So, I think you're right in what you say. If the ownership's in flux, we should be realistic about, the Padres' ability to go out and spend money this year in this offseason.
Skraby, you're kind of quiet over there. What you got?
My only thought is that in the statement that was sent to the fans and to season ticket holders, it was that they said that they were going to act like this season was no different than any other season. So I have to, I'm with you guys. It's probably not realistic to expect them to spend $400 million in free agency this offseason. But I have to wait and see. It's kind of like the Craig Stammen thing. I can't make a determination on whether or not he's a good manager until we see it and until we get some time in with him. And the same goes for how the offseason goes. If the offseason goes, we'll be able to tell if this team is putting the best foot forward. But it's not for us to say, or for me to say right now.
I'm trying to find the actual
the statement. I have it. Hold on. I'll go back and get it.
Because I think,
the thing is, I just think that you got to be careful if you're going to say that this team, because you're saying, Skraby, you want to wait and see if they're putting their best foot forward. What I'm saying is that they've already got a pretty good foot forward to begin with. Again, if they lose Michael King and they lose Dylan Cease and they lose Ryan O'Hearn, and they lost a Rise, and they brought in absolutely nothing of a legit type established player to replace them, then I'll give it to you. Then I'll say, you know what, maybe they don't look like they're putting their best foot forward, or they can't afford to. But I think right now this is a pretty darn good squad going forward with everything that's already been spent. And I think,
here's the statement.
If you get one of these two pitchers back, you get Michael King back, you're able to find a way to get him back and keep O'Hearn. And then you add the right little pieces around it. There's no reason this team shouldn't be good again.
Here's the statement. We need to go to break. We'll talk after that about the statement, and then we'll get Kirk Kenney on the phone. But it said during the process and as we prepare for the 2026 season, the Padres will continue to focus on putting every resource into winning a World Series championship. We remain fully committed to you, this team, and the San Diego community. So again, that's where I'm saying I need to wait and see. I need to have it happen first before
What
I
does
go
that?
off the
What
deep
does that
end.
look like in your mind?
You know, kind of. I guess.
I don't really
want to
know what's going. I'm a little worried about going inside of what something looks like in his mind, but that's okay.
We'll get inside your guys' mind and my mind on the other side, along with Kirk Kenney.
Fair enough. Let's get to break. Kirk Kenney joins us next. Union Tribune, talk a little San Diego State football.
Stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low. you idiot. Typical tandem student right there.
I tried. I wrecked your good job, buddy.
Fun, huh?
You need help with anything? Okay, I'm nervous.
Stand up, stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low.
If you're with us on the YouTube during the radio commercial breaks, you get videos up there sometimes. Skraby put a video of himself jumping out of the plane with his brother. And I know you've put it up there a bunch of times, and I just kind of don't really look at it. Today I looked at it. The look on your face is total horror, which I guess it should be the moment before you jump out of a plane.
Well, my brother, he didn't help me because he knew I had a fear of heights. And I was like, you're just going to have to take me out of the plane with you because I will not do it unless you force me to. But he kept hanging me out of the plane. Are we going to go yet? And he would hang me out of the plane. It was not fun. That's why my face looked like that.
A couple of little breaking news pieces.
Oh, breaking news.
Yeah, from the Padres.
Oh.
Wait, are we going to get serious all of a sudden?
No, roster moves.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess it's kind of serious. Padres. Oof, this one.
It is serious.
I'm a little surprised about one.
Oh, I see.
Non-tendered Omar Cruz, the left-hander, but they also non-tendered Sean Reynolds.
Yeah.
They have agreed to a 1-year contract with Luis Camposano, so he's back in the fold.
Great.
Additionally,
wait, let's not dismiss that.
I wanted to dismiss it. I really
just
did.
move on. Just move on. Go back to Wednesday's show.
I think you need to say that again, Skraby. That was the ultimate deadpan of the word great.
Okay, Tony, keep going.
You don't want to stop?
No.
Here, I'll set you up, Skraby. Luis Campusano.
Great.
Padres did tender contracts to Jason Adam, Mason Miller, Adrian Morejon, J.P. Sears, Freddie, what did they call it? Ferminator?
The Ferminator.
Freddie, the Ferminator Fermin, and Gavin Sheets, of course. All 34 players on our 40-man roster have either signed or tendered contracts. So 34, there's 6 open spots after the 2 non-tenders.
What happens
today.
with Sean Reynolds, Tony? What happens if you're not? Is he just a wide open free agent? We could sign him again if we wanted to.
Yes, he's a free agent, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. He gets a big league deal somewhere.
Yeah, why? That's an interesting one.
It is. I mean, listen, they when you're talking about protecting, it's an interesting one to me too. I think of Sean Reynolds too highly.
He wasn't.
I just think with that arm.
Yeah. Could be a backup closer setup guy.
Won't be. He'll end up. I would be surprised if he didn't. I would be surprised if he didn't have a big league deal somewhere for the minimum.
He's definitely flashed some moments of brilliance. We're back on Gwynn and Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. and Matt Skraby and Kirk Kenney will be joining us shortly. We're getting ready for Aztec football tomorrow night. Final regular season home game. Hopefully not the final home game, though. The Aztecs are able to host the Mountain West Conference championship game that would be played potentially.
That's my prediction is that'll be the game. The weather will be decent enough. That'll be the game that people show out. That'd be your best opportunity.
Yeah, if you can't draw on a Mountain West championship, that's tough.
I don't want to. Marketing is not my forte. My wife is the one there. But do you have to even up the ticket prices again because it's a championship game?
I don't know how
I
you
hope
could
so.
at this point.
Well, I would say don't do that.
I
would
mean-
say don't do that. You can't tell people that you're trying to get them in the stadium and then jack up the prices.
I at this
Which-
point,
I'm not disagreeing with you, Skraby. I'm
there's-
just bringing this up. I've seen it in the past. It's a championship game. We got
there's
to.
been enough light flashed on this issue that it would, I would think that you would try to avoid more conversation.
Later in the
I would think
show,
so.
we're going to play some audio from JD Wicker at the Voice of San Diego podcast I was at the other night. And he did talk about the ticket prices. And, he makes a lot of sense. It's not as simple and cut and dry as lower the ticket prices because to them,
we've talked about that.
Yeah, to them, it's we would like for our season ticket holders to drive the ticket sales, which I think a lot of places are like that because that's where you get your guaranteed money from. So you can't, and we've said this, you can't just lower a ticket and then your season ticket holders are getting, they're seeing cheaper tickets
everywhere else.
But
here's the other thing. I think in this one, and maybe this is what the ultimate kind of fix is. Typically, season ticket holders get dialed in because the product on the field is good, right? That's when you typically get buy-in. I mean, that's where the Padres saw their season ticket kind of membership explode, is when the team got really good. So we're only in year one of this team having some success. Hopefully they can continue to do it. People want to actually start buying into those season tickets. Then we can maybe have a different conversation.
One guy who's at every single game is our guest on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Skrabe, I don't have the read, so. Oh, wait,
I already knew that.
Hold on. Look, Skrabe.
Wow. He's got.
I actually do have it
from like 3 days ago.
Hey, it's gonna work, isn't it?
Yes, it will.
David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys. He helps good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. All right. Kirk Kenney, our guy on San Diego State football. And, of course, he will be out there tomorrow night for the final regular season home game. And San Jose State comes a-calling. Kirk, how are you today, sir? Always good to talk to you.
I'm doing well. A little drier than this time last week.
Yeah, it was. We were not joking about it because it wasn't a laughing matter. You wrote about it. The Aztecs, for all of the, unfortunate publicity that's gone along with the attendance at their stadium, actually had it lined up to have a pretty good crowd last Saturday night until it just got rained away, basically.
Yeah, San Diego is so soft. I mean, if it's, I think, colder than 68 or warmer than 74, people just stay home and watch.
I can't disagree with that.
It goes crazy.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Kirk, we got to get a few things here. Obviously, the San Jose State game. I want to talk about the race in the conference. And I know you wanted to get some thoughts in on your old friend, Randy Jones, who passed earlier this week. But let me ask you real quick about the Boise State game itself. Let's leave the rest of it aside. How nice of a win really was that? I mean, when you consider the difference between these two programs at this time last year, and now the Aztecs are able to knock them off straight up, I thought that really said a lot about what Sean Lewis and his team have accomplished.
I think I found it interesting with some of the post-game comments from Sean Lewis. He said we really bullied him, talking about up front, and also made a comment about last year they lost 56-24 to Boise State, and there were comments about how far away or how big of a gap there was between the two programs, and so then to come back this year and beat them 17-7, he's like, how big a gap is there now? And one thing it speaks to is just how different college football can be in one season. But you're right, it was a really big win. They'd lost 3 in a row to Boise State, and I think especially going forward into the Pac-12, those are going to be two of the main programs to look at.
Kirk, talk to me a little bit, because I noticed those comments too, listening to Coach Sean Lewis. What was it about that particular team that he doesn't normally talk like that. He's usually kind of very precise in terms of and selective of how he speaks. That one seemed like it was bubbling up. What was it about that particular team or the conversation around Boise State that had him responding, I would say, kind of a little bit out of character from what we know?
Right. Yeah, I would agree. I kind of raised an eyebrow when I heard that. My sense was that last year when they lost, that maybe they felt like Boise, I don't know if you'd say ran it up a little bit, but I think there were a couple plays that they might have questioned. And, some of that stuff kind of, what goes around comes around. And I think that's kind of what happened there. And, and just, I think Boise gets so much attention as kind of the class of the conference. And I think there was, San Diego State kind of wanting to stretch a little bit and say, we're here too.
Kirk Kenney is our guest. Aztec football, it's been an unbelievable season to this point. We'll see how much more the Aztecs can get out of it. Kirk, the defense rose up once again. Boise State, they ran the ball 22 consecutive plays at one point. Now, I don't know that I've seen anybody do that, in the last, 30 years since the old 3 yards in a cloud of dust days.
Well, check the Aztecs. I think they've probably done that once or twice in the
okay. All right. You may have had me there, but there was a couple of things that work here. One, I think maybe they thought they could run the ball, and second, it was wet. But I just think they were scared of testing that Aztec secondary. I really do. They just did not want to take a chance at any turnovers. And in a lot of ways, I thought the Aztec secondary won the game without even having to do anything.
Well, Boise was starting his backup quarterback, and I think they were guarding against him and trying to help him from maybe getting in some trouble. So I think, and then like we said, the weather played into it on both sides. So it just did become pretty much a running game that reminded us of about 1925 instead of 2025.
Kirk Kenney joins us here, Union Tribune. Kirk, how much will the Aztecs miss Jordan Napier? I mean, his season looks like it's over. We find out a couple of days ago. This is probably the Aztecs' most explosive player on the outside offensively. How much will they miss Jordan?
Kind of like losing two guys, because he also was a kick returner for them, and he's already had a punt return for a touchdown, and every time on punts that he had it in his hands, that he seemed like a threat to maybe either have a big return or maybe take it all the way. So you lose him there, and obviously he was their leading receiver, so you lose that as well after already losing one of your other starting wide receivers in Jacob Bostic. So I think going forward we're going to see tomorrow we're going to see another game where they're going to really rely on the running game.
Yeah, ball control is something they did well against Boise State. They'll probably want to do it tomorrow night against San Jose State, Kirk. The Spartans are coming off of a really blowout loss to last place Nevada. And that never sets good with me when I'm the next opponent. Because I always feel a team like San Jose State, we know they're a little better than that. They beat New Mexico this year. They've had some, a couple of nice wins. So you figure they're probably going to be pretty locked in. They got a very good quarterback who puts up a lot of yardage. Give me just a little, preview of how you see the game tomorrow night.
What you bring up, I think, is really interesting. Their head coach, Ken Niumatalolo, who was a longtime Navy coach, he came out to his midweek press conference and said, I'm surprised there's people here after our abysmal performance. Called it one of the worst ever in his head coaching career. And it's like, how do you respond from that? I mean, also they got rid of their defensive coordinator and their special teams coordinator on Monday. So I'm very fascinated to see how a team comes out. Are they do they respond and really try and play one of their better games, or are they kind of like, we can't make a bowl game. They've fired a couple of coaches. We're just done. So I'm going to be very fascinated to see which San Jose State team comes out for this game.
Kirk, as I was reading your Ask the Coach column that you have in the Union, and one of the things you brought up was the T formation, and we've seen it from the Aztecs quite often. And Coach Lewis kind of talks about his fondness for having that formation. It's been pretty effective for the Aztecs this year. I mean, this kind of fits having that three-headed monster that they have back there.
Yeah, it's so funny to watch. I think one of the reasons for the changes in coaching for the Aztecs a couple years ago is to get him more into the current era of offenses, and then to see where they've gone. But the bottom line is you got to win, right?
Yeah.
And especially if you're diminished on offense in your passing game, and you have the offensive line play has been very good, and you've got a pretty good running backs room, so that that's your strength. So ride it until somebody can stop it.
I'll be honest with you, I don't have a stat on it, Kirk, but every time I've seen them line up in that T formation this year, kind of a short yardage play, they've been able to convert out of it. So, I agree with Tony and yourself. Keep on doing it until somebody can stop it. Kirk Kenney is with us. Kirk, the convoluted picture for the conference championship is there's so many teams a game behind. What is it? 6 teams, 5 teams that are right behind the Aztecs. Yeah, 5.
Mm-hmm.
You wrote this week they could conceivably clinch this weekend, but a lot of stuff's going to have to happen. Is this just as simple as you better just win your next 2 games and not risk it if you're the Aztecs?
Well, they control their destiny, and that's the easiest road. Just win this week and next week, and they're hosting the conference championship. The craziest thing is, so there's still a potential that 7 teams could tie for first at 5-3.
Wow!
And if that were to happen, it's in the hands of the computer rankings, and they look at 4 different ranking services, and then they average that out to see who would be the top 2 teams to play for the championship. But one thing is it'll work itself out this week because, in fact, tonight Hawaii is at UNLV, and I think that'll be a really interesting game to watch. Hawaii obviously is having a really good year, but they're not nearly as good away from the islands. So if they were to lose tonight, that would give them a 3rd loss, which is crucial for the Aztecs because they hold the tiebreaker against the Aztecs.
All right, Kurt, we got a couple minutes left. I know you were also wanted to speak about Randy as we lost him a few days ago. All of us had a great relationship with him, and wanted to give you the floor to kind of speak for it for yourself.
Well, I appreciate that. I have told people for years, and anyone who hasn't been here, dating back to the 70s, which some of them just haven't been alive long enough. Others come to San Diego late, but they can't really grasp what Randy meant to this city and this town in the mid 70s. The Rockets had recently moved to Houston. The Chargers were pretty bad, and the Padres, had finished last for 6 straight years. Then Randy comes on the scene and gives us something to cheer about. And especially for someone like me, I was, I think, 13 in 1975. And I'm also, like Chris, curly-haired left-hander, not nearly the talent that some of the others have. But I was one of those guys that you looked up to Randy. And then he had those just humongous seasons that made it so fun to watch. Now, I became a vendor in 78. And we didn't like him as much because he pitched so rapidly that we didn't get to sell much product.
I never thought of that.
But just all those memories come flowing back. And then personally, I got to meet him as a sports writer and got to know him pretty well. In fact, he wrote the foreword to my book. Just so gracious and such a great guy. And I considered him a friend, but I think everybody considered him a friend because of just the way he reached out to people. Whether he'd known him for years and years or if he just met him at the ballpark.
Yeah, I think you tell a really similar story to mine, Kirk, and I think to a lot of San Diegans who, we felt he was one of our heroes when we watched him play, and then when we got to meet him and got to know him, we liked him even better. He exceeded our expectations, and that's something not a lot of people will leave as their legacy, but certainly Randy Jones will.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kirk, enjoy the game, and next week we're leaving it up to you to calculate all of the possibilities and probabilities for the Mountain West Conference Championship. So,
all right. Well, I think it'll be a little easier next week because we'll only be down to 1 game, and
bring your abacus.
Work themselves out. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you, Kirk.
Chris making an old joke is rich.
Bring your abacus.
It's all I can think of. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot going on.
All
right. Well, no, you do have the read, so I'll let you go ahead and knock it out. I was going to help you out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I put my paper away.
Oh,
thank you, Kirk Kenney. He joined us on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. They've been doing it since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. All right, there we go. 1 hour in. Great night for Tony Gwynn Jr. on the picks. We'll talk about that in the Daily Gambit coming up. And a performance last night by my new favorite player in the NBA. I can only wish there were more people like this guy.
I think it's
We'll tell you about.
Oh,
all right. You take a guess. We'll see if you're right, Skraby, when we come back on Gwynn and Chris.
You gotta keep talking.
Yeah, we got a couple more minutes.
Oh, why? He says. Like, I love
that. Was a great out.
I knew you were going here.
You just needed to stretch it about 30 more seconds.
Didn't you feel he was going that direction?
I did, but I hadn't looked at the clock like you, so I thought we were good.
Yeah.
My clock says 2:54. Can't we go?
Now we can.
There we go.
You know, I will say, though, we have the biggest fan at the end of the show. Please, everybody. We did not have a good record this week as a show. So,
well, what happened?
The biggest fan wasn't listening, or just didn't call in, or whatever.
Oh, we didn't have a good fan.
We had a great record.
We definitely said it.
No, we definitely said it. But
535.
If you hear your friend's name being called, you can text them and then say, "I told you, you give me a ticket to the
right." I got to be a part of this.
Yes, the 20
gift.
tickets. Yes, of course. All right, Chris, we've wasted enough time.
Yeah, hurry up. We got to get out of here, don't we? Jeez.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad.
There.
Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight around that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. We start out with a fresh hour number 2. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matthew Skraby, all here. One of us in a different spot out in the Bahamas. That's kind of crazy that he's just kicking it in the Bahamas.
What's the weather like there? Is it warm?
I gotta be honest. I mean, the perfect. Yeah, 78. Like
Okay.
it's, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you don't have to lie to us. It's okay.
Yeah, I can't get it. Give you any. It's not even humid. I thought for sure it'd be a little humid off the coast of Miami an hour or two, but it's not even that way.
Actually, I've never even really looked to see where the Bahamas are.
It is. It's
in
pretty much
relation
off
to Florida.
It's just straight
Southeast.
east from Miami. Yeah, straight east, pretty much from Miami.
Can you take a
It's a
boat?
1 hour flight.
Yeah, yes, you could.
Okay, geez, I don't know. I've never been to the Bahamas. It's like one of the places. in the
Would you
world
say?
I've never
Could you
been.
take a boat?
Yeah. and Tony like yelled at me.
I'm sorry. I thought you knew. My fault.
I mean, you
Oh, I see
conceivably could
now.
take a boat anywhere.
Yeah, that
Skraby,
does
if you-
seem like one of the hottest places in the world, though. In that area.
The Bahamas?
That's not. It's not right now.
All right.
It's really
Feeling good.
nice.
Feeling fine. Feeling great.
Really nice. You guys see this? Real. I don't know if Skraby's got in the Big Five, but our old San Diego guy Brady Anderson's back in the game.
I did
See
not. I
this?
didn't even
I
see
didn't
this.
know.
No.
What's Brady doing?
Brady's going to be the new hitting coach of the Angels.
Really?
Oh.
I know.
Yeah,
Listen,
I had not heard his
funny-
name in a long time.
Funny story I can share with you guys before we get to this Daily Gambit. Brady Anderson comes into play. I take you back to 2009. Jerry Harrison Jr. had been struggling. And he was not getting what he wanted from our hitting coach. And so went off. It wasn't even an off day. It was an off day, but it was a travel day. We were headed somewhere. This is back in the day when we used to travel on the off day. And he comes out of the cage like sweating. And so apparently he had asked Brady, who he's known since he was a young kid to come work with him a little bit. So Brady obliged. They were down in the Padre cage on an off day working. Long story short, pitting coach didn't like that very much. Had a meeting the next day in Houston. Words were exchanged. People had to be restrained.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big deal. And it was this day that Jerry Harrison gave the speech. We had, because that 09 team had some guys who were, cast offs from other organizations, but they also had some young guys in there. And I remember him standing up and he said, at the end of the day, it's your career. Don't let anybody tell you differently. You got to control your own stuff. If you're not hitting well, guess what? They get you out of here. And so, it was like my first big league kind of spat. Okay, we got a straining coach and player. Oh man,
that is kind of fun actually to look back on. Yeah, it's probably crazy in the moment.
It definitely was crazy. Chris,
I got to tell you one thing that I remember about Brady Anderson. I just put him on the all sideburn team.
Strong sideburns. He had the thick choppers.
Good sideburns.
Yeah, man. He had good sideburns for sure. Okay, who's your new favorite player in the NBA? I'm dying to know.
Tyrese Maxey. Skraby hit it.
Yeah. You like that 50 piece, huh?
Well, it's not that. I mean, it was. That helps. But no, I like No, it isn't. Skraby's going to love this. This guy played 39 minutes the night before in a game against Toronto, and then he played 46 minutes last night.
You know what?
And scored 50. And he hasn't missed a game this year.
Now that is my athlete right there.
That's what I thought. You would like that, Skrabe. He's averaging over 40 minutes a game. He leads the NBA. He has to do this because Embiid and Paul George have been hurt. And I don't hear him complaining or needing any nights off. And I think more guys, I think there are more guys like that than we think there are. But I just appreciate him in this day and age of the NBA. So there you go.
Thank you for bringing that up, Chris.
I'm willing to bet that there's a lot of guys like that.
No, I agree, Tony. I agree. We just don't hear about it.
Yeah, no. This is a young budding star that is not taking time off.
Yeah.
But he's also young and budding.
And he didn't have the name Zion Williamson before he came into
the league. Okay, Zion's minding his own business, and you drag him into this conversation.
Always.
Man. All right, let's get to some daily gambling.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is a mortal lock.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Let's go through these quickly because we are going to be talking to our Apple TV insider, or actually this Max Breto is doing play-by-play for the game on Monday. So we'll talk to him about that. Bills -5.5 last night against the Texans. By the way, Josh Allen seems to be okay, but he took a beating last night. Chris chose the Texans. Tony and I chose the Bills. Texans win 23-19. Josh Allen, I was very surprised about this one, though. Would he be over or under 264 rushing and passing yards? Chris and I said under. Tony said over. He had 253 passing yards and 20 rushing yards, so 273, 9 yards over. But I can't even believe he got that with the amount of times he was sacked last night.
But he made it on the hook and lateral play there at the end of the game.
Oh, that's what it was.
Needed it.
Purdue -14.5 at Memphis last night. Chris and Tony went Memphis. I went Purdue. You guys win because Purdue only won by 9, 80-71. Now, this is crazy. USC -18.5 against Troy. Chris chose USC. Tony and I chose Troy. USC wins this game, but it was only 107-106 in 3 overtimes. So that means that Troy has played 5 overtimes in their last 2 games.
And they would have won that without the crazy shot from this SC game. They would have won both of them.
Oh, did you see the winning shot, Skraby? It was unbelievable. The USC won the game.
Oh, wow. So they would have taken down both teams.
They would have come on a West Coast swing and gone back feeling pretty good and paid well.
So that just makes it look better for the Aztecs.
I don't know how good USC is, but
I don't. Yeah, exactly. But still, you know, at least it wasn't a one-off.
Right.
That they beat the Aztecs.
They clearly maybe this is a sign that they're going to get better.
Play, yeah.
And it won't be as bad at the end of the season as it is at the beginning.
Next time I shouldn't say Troy. No big deal.
You tend to get yourself into trouble with those type of statements.
It's Troy. No one has any expectation for Troy
except for Troy.
Magic -5.5 last night. We all chose Magic. We all win. They won 129-101. Clippers are in some sort of way right now. Tyrese.
Nope.
Wait, is it Tyrone?
It's not Tyrone Maxey. I know that.
It's Tyrese.
Tyrese.
That's what I thought. I don't know why I wrote Tyrone.
He's my favorite player in the NBA. I know his name, Tony.
Over under 29.5 points. You guys went over. I went under. He had 54.
Just made up a first.
No, the names start with the similar letters. Ty.
I'm sure that's
Tyrese, Tyrone. Okay,
you're right. They start similar letters.
Avalanche -1.5 against the Rangers yesterday. Chris went Rangers. Tony and I went Avalanche. Avs win 6-3. Chris.
Avalanche have still only won one game or lost one game. Tony went 6-1 last night, so he's leading the league. Here we go tonight. NBA Cup action.
Yeah,
that's right. Bulls 2.5 at home over the Heat. And since it's the NBA Cup, we'll go to our NBA Cup expert, Mr. Skraby.
I think the Bulls are a good team in the regular season, but in the
Cup season,
You're worried?
They are like at least a 25-point favorite. I'm going to go with the Bulls here.
Going heavy on the Bulls here in the Cup.
Yeah.
I got to stay with the Bulls. They've really been doing well, although they're coming home after a long road trip, Tony, and sometimes that is that hurts. What do you think? Heat, Bulls?
Give me the Heat.
Take the Heat this time. All right, Thunder 16.5 at the Jazz.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Jazz just because it's too many points for an NBA game, but it does tell you how good the Thunder really are so far this season. Tony?
I just can't pick the Jazz no matter what, so give me Thunder.
I'm angry at Salt Lake City in general for trying to steal the Padres, so I'm going to go with Thunder.
It's a good reason to bet against them.
Making up reasons to be bad.
Yeah.
Don't try to coach our team. Get out of here. No one wants a team in Salt Lake City.
All right, this one I put in for you, Skraby. Who's going to score more points tonight? Norman Powell, -3, or Zion Williamson?
That's an easy one.
Norman Powell's playing at the Bulls. He's with the Heat now. Zion is playing at Dallas. Tony, you're first.
Yeah, I'm going Norman. He's on a heater right now.
Norman's,
Major heater.
He put up a big game. I think it was last night.
Yeah.
Just came up short. Skraby.
Never going with Zion. He's going to have a hangnail and come out of the game at some point.
All right.
Ruthless.
I got to go with Storm and Norman Powell,
ruthless.
man. Norman is such a good guy. And, his mom is still around that Lincoln High program, and they do so many things for those kids. It's really remarkable. You really love to see stuff like that. All right, college basketball tonight. USD 6.5 over UC Riverside. Skraby, the Highlanders come to town, getting 6.5 at the Jenny Craig Pavilion.
All I remember about the USD team, men's team last year, is they struggled. It was a bad year. I don't know anything about the prospects of this year, so I'll go with them because it's local.
You're believing in the Toreros.
Yes.
Someone came down here, got beat up by the Aztecs, and then went over there and put it on them. Just recently. I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry, Chris. Who was this? USD and who? Who was the other team?
Riverside.
It's the Highlanders, Tony.
Riverside. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Steve Lavin. I think he's going to do something at USD. It's just taking a little longer. Tony, 6.5 points.
I'm going to have to go with the Highlanders.
Wow.
I knew he would.
I did too. I knew it too.
All right, a couple of quick college football games. A good one tomorrow. Oregon -10 over USC. Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. Don't look now, but if USC wins this game, they could get into the college football playoff. I'm taking the Trojans plus 10. Tony, I bet you are as well.
Indeed. You know your partner well.
Yep. Skrabe, what about you? You going quack?
Quack.
Got to go with
Quack.
your man, Dan Lang.
Quack. Oh,
yeah.
I don't like him. I'm
Quack
just the smartest coach in the game. Him and Dan Hurley should be best friends.
Aztecs
that'd be an interesting mix. You get like an East
dinner
Coast
dynamic.
That's interesting.
Hey, Mr. Hurley, I'll order for us. The hell you will.
I'm a championship coach.
Aztecs 12.5 over San Jose. Tony.
You know what it is. Aztecs for life.
All right, Skrabe.
I'll go with the Aztecs too.
Their secondary is going to have a big night, the Aztecs, tomorrow. I'll take them. And one more just for fun. Shedeur Sanders makes his first start Sunday. Over under 190 yards. Passing plus rushing. And they're playing the Raiders, Skraby. Shedeur, you believe in Shedeur?
The Browns have done this to themselves. They did nothing to help him.
Okay.
I don't think that he's going to pass for more than 190 yards under. And it's not his fault. It's because they have let him do nothing all year for whatever reason.
It's pass and rush.
Oh.
Just so you know.
He's not much of a rusher anyway, so I'll go 190. Or I'll go under, I'm sorry.
All right. I'm going to go under just because I think that's a lot for his first game. Tony?
Over.
You believe in him. Okay.
I do believe in him, but I'm picking over because it's the Raiders. And I think he knows that this might be his one and only opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Point. So I won't be surprised. And look, they're going to get – at some point they might be – there's a good chance they're going to be down in this game where he's going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, there is a good chance of that.
Just by the way, and it might not have nothing because obviously Cleveland has a really good defense, but special teams, something's going to have the Browns trailing.
We're going to talk about Dion and his son Shedeur in the Big Five, but we do need to get the break quickly.
Yes, I know we do. So we got.
I think we need to
go ahead, Tony.
I think we need to go one more minutes.
We can't because we have a guest.
Oh, well,
we can't. We just have to go.
We got to go to break then.
From the 855, get.
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero. Never met a pitch he couldn't swing at. And powerhouse hitter for the Expos and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here, Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be, and then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second.
All right, welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 3:21 is the time. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Max Breto, wrapping up the week here on San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. We're going to talk some MLS Cup playoffs here. Max Breto, voice of Apple TV, and calling the game Monday night when SDFC hosts Minnesota United FC for the right to go to the Western Conference Finals. So it's going to be a huge game, going to be so much fun, and we're going to get a game preview coming up. It's the last game of the weekend, guys. You've got tomorrow, it's Vancouver hosting LAFC. And then if San Diego wins, San Diego would play the winner of that one tomorrow. And then the two Eastern semifinals are on Sunday. Inter Miami against Cincinnati, New York City FC against Philadelphia Union. So those are the Elite Eight in the MLS Cup playoffs. And excited to talk a little bit about that. I think it's going to be a big deal here in San Diego. Tony, you are going again Monday? Are you now a regular the rest of the way here? Or
I wish I could go Monday. I tried to move some things around. It's just going to be too difficult. Kids are they got a bunch of practices, and they're the one who really drives wanting to go to a lot of these deals. So I can't make that one, unfortunately. Being that's on a Monday just makes it a little bit more difficult for me.
I think that you're a great guy, Tony, and that's why you are the deer of this show. I think you got to tell your kids to just give one up for the club. You got to be there Monday night.
Nah,
you don't think they would do it?
That kind of goes against everything I'm taught of. It can't be missing practices to,
Oh yeah, okay.
There's sacrifices that have
to happen. Wait a second. Wait, isn't Michaela old enough to drive them all to practice yet?
Oh no, she can, but that also there's moving pieces. My son didn't he's got his practice. There's a lot going on.
All right,
trust me. I tried to move it around, and then
I know. I just figured you're the good luck charm, so we might need you Monday night.
I'm sure I'll hear from somebody if they end up losing and I wasn't there.
Yeah, they're not going to lose. This is it. This is our year. I mean, why wait another season for our first parade? We're only 3 matches away from it.
Guys, I don't have a good feeling about our guest.
We don't? What happened?
Because I don't know. It went straight to voicemail, and I've texted with him before, and usually I can see when he reads it, and it's not even being delivered. So maybe he's on a plane. I don't know, but we'll try.
He might be on his way here. You never know.
He could be on his way here, but I will keep trying to get him on at some point during the show. We also are scheduled for Monday, but I will double check on that.
You know what? I'm going to always err on the side of our guest and figure that they certainly couldn't have made a mistake. So
there's only one other person then.
You know what's funny is we've been doing this for the last 17 years. It feels like this season.
I know,
and I've never missed one. So
no, everybody's joined us. Yeah,
actually, I did forget about a guy one time. That is true.
Oh,
that's typical Skraby telling on himself after he pretty much was about to
Well,
get
because
out
I knew
here.
the chat was like, remember you forgot about that guy? I knew.
The chat is a kind of a little bit of
fact
true
checker.
serum. Yeah, they're on your head.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I'll tell you one
Keep
thing.
it up,
I know.
chat. Keep it up.
I mean, my very uneducated preview of this match is the fact that I know San Diego FC and Minnesota United FC were neck and neck all year in the standings. So
Minnesota beat them in one of the matches, I believe.
I think it was the one here.
Match, yeah.
I think it was the one here. Yeah, Tony,
came back to beat SDFC.
Yeah, and I don't know. You guys are there. I didn't see anything in the newspaper today, but any report on Anders Dreyer yet?
Yes, they both. I just pulled it up. I'm glad you brought it up. Ryan Finley, who we've had on our show. Look, is he calling?
Is he?
I see it on my thing. Max
oh my
Breto.
gosh, we do, but I don't see it on my. Okay, that's fine. Good. Ooh.
We'll have to be
1
quick.
second, guys.
Okay.
Chris will have to be quick, man. But yeah, it looks like Chucky will be around as well as Anders Dreyer. So good news on that front.
There's no question. That's huge. Can you imagine having to go into the semifinals with both legs tied around your back? I guess it would be the way you'd have to say it in soccer. So you're not allowed to use your arms. So
clearly.
Both arms are already tied around your back in soccer, so it'd be kind of silly to say that was the. All right, so Max Breto is our guest. Max, so cool of you to call us. We know that you are busy. You're probably flying all over the country getting ready for this match Monday, and it's very nice of you to join us, fans here in San Diego. How are you?
Oh, great! Very excited. I'm very, very excited to get down there Sunday. I'll be taking the surf liner down on a Sunday, watching the sunset, and get ready for a big Monday game, which I know is a real big deal in San Diego. So as a broadcaster, it's thrilling to be part of it. Sorry I missed your call the first time around. I was in a bad area, but I wouldn't miss chatting with you guys.
Max, appreciate your time. As Chris said, obviously these two teams met up during the year. Minnesota United, or excuse me, not Minnesota United. Minnesota United was indeed able to come back and beat SDFC this last time. I mean, obviously having Dreyer available and also having Lozano available, which was kind of murky there for a sec, is going to be a big help. But does this match look any different than it did during the regular season?
Well, it's when we talked about the Minnesota-San Diego game, because I watch way too much soccer. I watched that game earlier this week, and it tells a different story when you watch it. San Diego, for the first 20 minutes, were piling on pressure and probably should have had a goal. Dane St. Clair, to me, had one of the best goalkeeping performances of the year there for Minnesota, and that was able to keep Minnesota in the game, and eventually they got the goals. They're so selective. When they get set pieces, they're really deadly, and I think it was a learning experience for San Diego, but obviously they got to find a way to break through when they apply that much pressure. And the law of averages say they will. So it was a good performance for San Diego, but a loss that I think gives Minnesota a lot of confidence that they can certainly do something like that again. I'm curious to see what happens with San Diego in this game, because Chucky Lozano took a little bit of a knock when he was with Mexico that forced him out of the game. All reports are he's good to go. Anders Dreyer, I believe, was sent home from the Denmark team ahead of their Scotland game. I can't confirm it, but he did not play, and it was expected to play. I think he may have been under the weather or something. So I would imagine he's ready to go. It was a huge game. He's had time to recuperate. But, that's the problem with having these international dates, and that affects all the MLS clubs, and this is a big international date. We just came off teams qualified for the World Cup, and in fact, Dreyer was with Denmark on a famous night that they lost to Scotland, and Scotland go to the World Cup instead of the Danes. So that's going to be difficult to come over, but Aníbal Godoy played for Panama. They qualified for the World Cup, and now they got to ramp it all up. But I think it's still, even though you're missing some of your key players, it was a very valuable week for the coaches, including Mikey Barris, to get a good rhythm of training, get these guys recuperated, and really focus on, it's good things come to those who wait. We've waited a couple of weeks for this game, and it's going to hit us like a fist because it's 90 minutes. And if you have a bad day, your season is over. And I think that is abundantly clear for both teams here and all 8 teams that remain in the MLS Cup playoffs.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. Max Breto is going to call it for Apple TV, and of course, Snapdragon Stadium, 7 p.m. Monday night. Max, my limited soccer knowledge, but I think I've been able to pick up enough during the course of the season to understand that these two teams are really they're totally different, right? San Diego's attack. Minnesota's sit back, wait for you to make a mistake, counterattack. Is that fair, or is that too simple of a description?
It's a good observation, but I'll say this about San Diego: they are attack, and they to a fault, and they don't mind that teams know what they are going to do. It's not like they're going to give them any nuance. The game is going to kick off, and they're going to go, and they're going to run, and they're going to press, even at the cost of mistakes, which I don't think is the best ingredients. I'm not saying first and foremost, San Diego has to be true to themselves, and that's what they do. And they've been successful all year. They got the #1 seed. They won a very physical, demanding playoff series with a Portland team that has a postseason know-how and a hungry squad. So they've accomplished a lot. But this is where you got to be very careful. And I think they're prone to mistakes with that style, but they've survived it, and they can absorb a mistake because of the way they score goals. But San Diego really is that. Minnesota does. I mean, there's an expression where people say Minnesota doesn't want the ball, and I don't think that's accurate. Of course you want the ball. I mean, they are a little more selective with it and have to make the most out of, say, 40% possession, where San Diego's like at 54, 55% possession. But, it's also about, catching teams. And I would believe, I don't want to make people in San Diego upset. I think Minnesota look at this game as a good matchup for all of those things that I just pointed out. But if San Diego, the old sport adage where you sound cliche, if they play their game and they play it well, they should, bolstered by being at home, although San Diego was a historically good roadside and an okay home team. But if they play their game, and I imagine get a lift from that crowd, which is going to be raucous, can't wait to see it, then they should advance. But that's what makes it so fascinating. It could be a bounce of the ball. One mistake could be really costly, and I think everyone's going to be on the edge of their seat. But it is certainly a clear division between how these two teams play.
Max Breto joins us here, play-by-play for MLS Season Pass. And Max, a couple big announcements league-wide happened. And the big one was MLS's change to the summer-spring schedule. This has been a much-debated topic for quite some time. What's your thoughts on this? Is this the right way to go? Is this the right way for the league?
It is the right move. So you can get aligned with the business of soccer globally. And the majority of the business happens in Europe. And you want to align with the European leagues. And also the best talent in the world, young or old, goes to Europe. So when, for instance, when MLS would start their season in February, the European leagues and some other leagues, obviously, would be in the middle of their year. So they always had the high ground when you were talking about player movement.
Right.
Whether you wanted to bring in a player, they could say, maybe it's a $5 million transfer offer, and the team goes, we don't really have to lose this player. We could still use it for the rest of the year. We're not pressed to sell a player at this time. Now they move it to the same time. Contracts run their course. So when it comes to the bargaining table, whether you're buying a player or selling a player, this will benefit MLS. So they're going to get better players at a better price. They're going to sell their players for a better price as well. So for the business of MLS, it's an absolute no-brainer. I mean, the big drawback is to protect the teams in the north because it's cold. They've given a winter break, which I'm not crazy about the length of the winter break.
Seems long, right?
Around the holiday. It's really long, and I think that's going to hurt MLS. But it's still, I think it's the smaller price to pay to get aligned with the business of it. And the other thing is we've had this splintered playoff right now here in November. Now we're going to have this playoff in May with beautiful weather.
Right.
Not that you have to worry about that in San Diego, but if this game was in Minnesota, my packing would be a little different. But it would be an uninterrupted, straight-on playoff system. And I think that's another big, big reason to do it. So there are much more positives and negatives, all due respect to the clubs in the north. But I think MLS did a nice job to protect them by having no games in January, some of February. And I think they will manipulate the schedule to avoid those teams playing in November and March during that stretch. So it's a smart move. I think a necessary move for MLS, and it might open the door for other seismic moves down the road. It does appear that they're taking it pretty seriously with the league.
I can say this, Max. You and the rest of the folks there at Apple TV Plus have made this a great season for us on this show. And I think for our listeners who've been able to tune in every week and hear and talk to you guys, I think we've all gotten, excited. We've gone out to matches. It shows, right? San Diego has been such a success this year, and we appreciate everything you've given to our show. I am not able to go to the match Monday night because I'm traveling with my basketball job. But the good news is I get Apple TV, so I'll be able to watch, and I wish you a great broadcast, and I'll be one of many, many, many tuned in on Monday night. Looking forward to it, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Max.
Oh, that's music to my ears. And Chris, I can tell the sophistication of a soccer fan you've become over the phone calls we've had this year. So it's absolutely clear. And to both of you guys, to really give us a platform. I know we speak for all the Apple folks, and hopefully you have another call for San Diego next week with one of us to talk about another game. But to all the fans out there, how valuable you are to us. We want to get more fans to watch this league. We know it's a great product, but we want to make it we know your time is valuable. So if there's anything we can do that we can say to help you tune in, that's really important, and we appreciate your viewership and your listenership all the time.
Appreciate you, Max. Thank you.
Very good. That was great.
Bye, gents. Thanks.
There he goes, Max Breto. It's very nice of him to say that my soccer knowledge has increased, but I think he's going back to the first question when I asked him if there are still spots on the ball, and it's kind of gone from there. So.
Hey,
I forgot about that.
We really have come a long way, because when I was here by myself early in the year, I asked about checking shin guards. So
see, that's right.
I'm so glad I wasn't here for that. So glad.
The guy who was on was very nice to me, and he was like, yeah, they do. Anyway,
like,
we need to get
now,
the break.
young man.
We need to get the break.
We are definitely past the break, but it was worth it. More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
Jr.
Wow, that conversation we just had off the air.
Oh, Max Breto, we are all here on a Friday. Just got into a little bit of a spat as we tried to figure out what our countdown is going to be.
People are like, you guys always get along. You should have been in the room here. You should have been in the room. That's the best thing about us, guys. We can turn
move on
pretty
quick. Yeah, no, we can move on pretty quick. I do agree that is one of our strong attributes as a group here. If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. I got a message from Don today.
Orsillo?
Yes. This is funny. I hope he wouldn't be mad at me sharing this. He lives in Coronado, and he also, as everybody knows, he fishes out there pretty much every other day. He's kind of a Grinch, though.
Whoa.
It's kind of a Grinch.
Whoa.
The soccer community invades Coronado. They take up a lot of parking, and he likes it. And look at Skraby's face.
Me and Don are on the same page on this one. I already know where it's going.
So he'll randomly send us like pictures of, of clearly like a tournament happening down there, and he's just a Grinch face as he's taking the picture. So today he sent one, and I was like, oh, it's interesting. I sent a couple families that were looking for a good club down that way. And so I was like, expect to see a lot of people and their RVs that they'll bring with them.
Did he just like lose it?
It was good. It's always fun to poke my guys during the off season.
Oh, Don, if you're listening, we're on the same page. Do not bring your soccer teams to my town, okay? I do not care.
You don't like your parking disappearing? Is that a problem?
No, it's especially bad in my neighborhood when this elementary school has like parent teacher night where everybody's parking all over.
You're mad at parent teacher night too?
Yeah, it clearly says
about education here.
It clearly says you cannot park for school purposes in this neighborhood.
Let me tell you. How do I say this nicely? People don't give a
I know
about parking rules at school. I am so glad my kids are pretty much driving now. I only have to do one pickup. I pretty much showed up like 45 minutes early just so I could be in a spot where I could get in and get out.
Chris, any thoughts on the pickup at school?
I take my kids every day.
What were we supposed to be doing here?
Countdown. I think we're gonna have to move it.
I think what the argument was about.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to move it at this point. I don't think we have enough time to do a countdown in 9 minutes.
And that's because of Max coming in.
Why don't we do the big five here instead, Scrape? Get it out of the way.
That's also not possible in the 9 minutes. Jeez.
So I know we can chat about.
What you got?
Josh Allen memorizing the pattern on the roof at the Houston
because
Texans
he was on his back
Stadium.
so much.
I was like, what? I didn't hear
What
this.
are the odds that Josh Allen would be sacked 8 times in one game? I could not believe that last night.
I thought Richard Sherman actually explained how it happened pretty well last night after the game. He talked about when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, I think he was explaining the same lanes that they run through are the same lanes that they passed through. And so the defensive tackles were kind of where they kind of crisscross, and it was stunt. I didn't know if I was going to say stunt, but I wasn't sure if that was accurate.
No. Crisscross applesauce works too.
Where they stunt, and it changes the view. And I don't know if I've never seen Josh Allen. I shouldn't say that. Very rarely do you see him look kind of confused on where to throw the ball.
But when he looks bad, he looks bad.
Another point that was brought up though, and you wonder, does he miss Mr. Diggs, because they don't have a number one receiver. And what the Texans have is a number one cornerback in Stingley over there. And so he's locking up whoever your best guy is, and they're all pretty much the same. Coleman, Shakur, I don't even know who. I can't even name you the other wide receivers, but they all pretty much are the same guy. And so he doesn't have a number one wide receiver.
Gabe Davis made a big difference last night.
you can always
Gabe Davis back because they have nobody.
Right. I'm saying the fact that we're talking Gabe Davis kind of lets you know. I mean, Coleman was he suspended another game this past? Thursday?
I think he was hurt less. He did not play. He was hurt last night.
That's 2 games in a row. I believe he's been held out for disciplinary reasons. So
I'll tell you what the Buffalo Bills offense ought to do, and Skraby thinks I'm only saying this because James Cook's on my fantasy team. They ought to put Cook and the other receiving running back, Ty Johnson, they ought to put them both in the game at the same time.
I agree.
And make teams have to cover both of them because Cook is still dangerous as a receiver, but Johnson's really good as a receiver. So they bring Johnson in. They put Cook on the bench. I think that they should keep him out there as another weapon because I agree with you guys. Josh Allen doesn't look like he has enough people to go to right now. And as incredibly good as he is, if you can't find anybody open, you're going to get sacked.
I think I've kind of felt like this was coming for a long time. They've been able to disguise it because Josh Allen is so good, but he doesn't have a go-to guy that he can count on when he takes his 5-step, 7-step drop that he can throw to and that he can depend on being open. He doesn't have that guy. And I don't know that they can really advance without grabbing somebody like that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tony. If you look at the plays that he makes for 45-yard touchdowns, they're not normally on a drop back.
No, they're broken
plays. It's
plays.
because he ran around for 20 minutes and somebody finally got open.
I would like to bring to the show, now that we have the time, Sam Levitt's text exchange to me last night because he has Josh Allen as his fantasy quarterback.
Oh boy.
And for how calm Sam is during a baseball season when so many different things are going wrong, he is the complete opposite for fantasy football. Out of nowhere last night, I get a text from Sam. Texans defense making Josh Allen look like an amateur.
This is a fantasy captain going through it right now.
OMG, this sucks. And I said, Texans defense is that good. And yes, he's taking a beating. At least it's the fantasy regular season. Then in quick order, I got back, OMG, don't get hurt. I'm crashing out. Literally, don't get hurt. This is a disaster. OMG, LMAO. And then I sent him a Taylor Swift, you need to calm down gift. And he said, don't tell me how to manage my team.
Hey, all of those things, if you close your eyes, it seems like a crazy person. Oh my God, LMFO. Like
I'm crashing out. Literally, don't get hurt. This is a disaster. I said, how many points did he get? Trying to poke him a little bit. He goes, a pick. He's benched 8. I'm going to lose to Braden.
That's what it really was going on.
He was having a really hard time last night.
Here's the thing is that you are laughing about this. I am sitting here taking it in. Tony's riding along with it. I am pretty sure that all three of us say and do the exact same things. I just try not to text anybody else because I don't want anyone else to see how absurd I am.
Yeah, no evidence.
Oh, I don't care about that. Everybody knows I'm already absurd. So what's the point of trying to
I mean, you said last week that you were quitting the game because you lost to me, just one game.
I feel like that often.
I would have quit.
You know, last week I got beat 100, not by Chris, but in my other league, 171 to 71. That made me push me to the brink.
That's interesting. I won with 76 points last week.
See, Tony has the best luck in the Odyssey League history.
We all play the NBA game. Tony plays a WNBA score. He's in the 70s. I don't know how he does it.
And then he ends up like 11-3, and we're like, what the heck?
I
know. You got to know when to put them in and know when to play the right teams.
It is amazing, though, how much I'm sure everyone listening who plays fantasy football, they wouldn't want to admit it, but they also can't deny it.
That they have absolutely nothing to do with it.
No, but even though we have nothing to do with it, it just drives us crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Watching that stuff on Sunday, and especially so on a Thursday night or a Monday night when there's only one game to focus on and you need points from your guy. And like I said with James Cook, every time he goes out of the game on third down, I curse at the television. It's,
Chris is the greediest fantasy owner.
Oh, okay.
Because he had over 100 yards rushing last night. No, I don't, but he was doing just fine.
He did fine, but to me, every play is a gain of yardage. That's points.
Yeah.
I don't want. He can't gain, and he's standing over on the sideline. Please stop it.
Stop it. He says.
This is, and by the way, Tony, this is coming from a guy who has Jahmyr Gibbs, who goes out of the game in favor of David Montgomery all the time.
And doesn't matter because you know why? He scores his points anyway.
All right, so you don't care when he trots off for a series or two.
I'm a little angry when it's at the goal line, because I want the goal line carry. I don't want to be vultured by David Montgomery. By the way, you see, I'm going to have to drop one of my players from my team because it looks like Sam Laporta is out for the rest of the season. He had a back injury and a back surgery.
Drop somebody from your team
because he was on my team and I put him on IR. He only went on the 4-game IR, and
now you're dropping.
Dan Campbell says he does not expect him to play again this year.
That's unfortunate.
I don't know. The Lions are not having the year that people thought they were having. It kind of makes me
It has happened in the past where teams like the Lions don't really have the great regular season, but they still have the talent to get it together for 3 games in the playoffs, or at least I do. You don't.
Rod says, who sends the worst trade offers in that league? We don't make many trades in this league.
Yeah, that's going to be a nobody.
I think that is an issue around all fantasy.
I think everybody's afraid of getting fleeced.
That's exactly what it is. No one wants to get fleeced, so everybody's like, no deal.
It's also on the other side, people
wanting to win the deal.
Yeah, they're not making a fair deal.
Yeah. I have noticed that no one really trades in ours.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they don't want to be the one that like somebody, because in our league, if you give up a bad deal, it's going to be in the chat.
It's coming to the radio.
It's coming to the chat. Somebody's going to be like, oh, you got taken. And nobody wants to hear that. Let's get to break. 4:00 hour on the other side. I have some thoughts about my Lakers I would like to share with you guys. Is it in the Big Five? Any Lakers stuff in the Big Five?
No. I know what you're talking about, but no, we have Chris versus the fans.
I really don't know how to feel about this. I'll explain on the other side. Work with Chris.
This is interesting.
Here we go into the 4 o'clock hour. Welcome back to it. Heading into the sports weekend, Gwynn and Chris on San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., and Matt Skraby as we get set for a couple of more hours with you. Skraby Chronicles closing things out later tonight. And then, let's see, tomorrow we've got Aztec football. San Jose State coming in for the final home regular season game of the year. Kirk Kenney was on with us a little earlier. Sunday, NFL Week 12. Goes fast, doesn't it?
Too fast.
Week 12. Yeah, we're already
it's all leading to spring training. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And I was just
Monday night.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. This is just one of those moments where I forget I'm on the radio, which I probably shouldn't do. Joseph in the chat alerted me that the 49ers are voiding Brandon Ayuk's guaranteed money because he didn't show up to meetings and stuff. So
is that fake news?
No,
is that real news?
The Athletic, Diana Rossini, 15 minutes ago it was posted.
Wow. You've been saying this.
I don't.
Ayuk sources say
you don't think that Brandon Ayuk's going to sue the 49ers for that money, do you?
Well, if you don't show up to meetings and you're supposed to, you could void the guaranteed money.
Listen to script. Well, if you don't show up to meetings and you're,
I see.
It says Ayuk
really
has failed to attend meetings and declined to participate in other team activities, and the 49ers have grown increasingly frustrated with his lack of communication. The 49ers sources say responded by voiding the guaranteed money in his contract for 2026. Asserting that the absences amounted to a failure to fulfill his contractual obligations.
And I bet you there's a lawyer somewhere who will think that he still fulfilled his contractual obligations.
Ayuk, according to multiple league sources, told the NFLPA reps that he did not want to fight the move via an official grievance.
Get out of here.
So basically, he's playing for his release.
He sounds like he's trying to get up out of there.
So wait, you ruined our last season with your little contract charade. They give you the money. You get hurt, and now you don't want to play for them anymore? That is stupid.
He didn't say that. This is all coming to the Skraby kind of thought. I don't think he said I don't have playing. He just said he didn't want to fight it. Maybe he realizes he's wrong, Skraby.
Tony, this is him realizing he's wrong and not going after his guaranteed money is the same thing as someone taking a hometown deal. It's just not going to happen.
I know somebody who took a hometown deal.
Like a hometown deal.
Hometown deal.
I like when he gets his baritone voice.
I'm telling you one thing, Skraby. You can say whatever you want, but Ayuk sounds just like the kind of kook and lunatic and slacker that'll work perfectly filling in for Tyreek Hill in Miami next year. So
it doesn't surprise me.
Don't fall for it, because this all that means is Chris wants him on the team, and that he's hoping that he can
take him.
So he can ruin your team too.
That he can turn it around when he gets to the Miami ball club.
You know what really bothers me sometimes is when athletes who get paid a lot of money act like they're being treated so poorly.
Where in this article does it show that he's being treated poorly?
Well, if you don't show up to meetings and organized team activities you're required to show up to,
that means you're being treated poorly?
No, that means
he's the one that said he's not
treating him poorly, but
he literally said he's not going to fight.
All right, we shouldn't argue more about this.
We should talk about my Lakers real quick. Do we have time to get that in, or we got to go to daily?
Let's go.
Let's wait till the next segment.
Right.
We got to do the.
I got to get this off my chest because this is
a good take too. I think people are going to like it.
It's kind of it's giving me a lot of heartburn, a little bit.
I heard this take, and it's something you want to stick around for, but we need to do this first.
All right.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. The rules, you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you are eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time
player,
let us know before you get into it. You'll get that question for free today. Now, you will be playing for a qualification for a chance to win the grand prize, a trip for two to see Sammy Hagar in Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to the March 20th show, a 2-night stay at Park MGM, and a $100 gas card. Go find some tickets at tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
That's what happens when you're trying to write questions and read the rules at the same time.
Well, I was writing the questions, and then Joseph broke the news that Brandon Ayuk was greedy, and so actually he's not greedy because he's giving up money.
He's literally giving up, and he's not
greedy.
fighting.
It's the opposite of greedy, I guess.
All right, give me my first contestant.
All right, let's go to. We will go to. I don't know.
Oh, can you not see it?
No, I just got it up. Let's go to Guy.
I hate to say that's got to be a promo, Skrabe, that last sentence.
Guy, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tony?
We're doing well. Here we go. First question.
Good.
Who is UConn's basketball head coach on the men's side?
That obnoxious, beady-eyed, bald-head guy, but I can't think of his name.
That's fine with me. You described him perfectly.
All right.
I think that's good. Let him go, man.
That
That's
works.
a win.
AKA Dan Hurley is the answer. We moved
the obnoxious, beady-eyed guy.
Yeah, we're accepting that answer for sure.
It was funny.
Although I will say that I think people from now on are just going to try to describe people when they answer questions.
No, the only one that works for is Dan Hurley.
It was funny because when you close your eyes, that's exactly how you would probably describe him.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I closed my eyes.
That's what I did. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Former running back LaShawn McCoy played for 4 NFL teams. Give me 3 of them.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to take the 5th on this one and see if Chris can name it.
Chris is going to need you to name all 3. He's not going to give you any.
Thank you. Shady McCoy.
That's right. LaShawn Shady McCoy.
I feel good about the Eagles and the Bills. I don't feel as good about the Redskins / Commanders, but those are my 3 guesses.
Oh, sorry.
That strategy proves to be effective once again.
Yes, the pass is the way to go.
It is.
Apparently, I heard that Adam does not like the pass. Is that true? Like he
gave somebody credit the other day for taking a shot at it, and we
that's what
explained
it
to him
was.
the error of his ways.
Yeah, we did. We got on him right then and there. The answer, yes, the Eagles and Bills you felt confident about. The other 2 could have been either the Chiefs or the Bucks.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3.
Good for you.
Guy, if you get this right, you'll be doing Skraby a huge favor. Because it's the only number 3 question we have that he has written down here. Which Spurs player holds the franchise record with 71 points in a single game?
How far back you going?
Franchise history.
Oh, geez. Spurs, huh? No idea.
No idea. Incorrect.
Chris has the stay right there, Guy. Chris has this look like he
definitely knows this.
Oh, he definitely knows this.
Oh,
I
didn't know
kidding.
that.
This
He
is in my
definitely knows.
salad days. I
Yes.
mean,
I
I just know that Skraby's going to want to murder me for getting it. David Thompson, the Skywalker. No! George Gervin! I said the wrong guy!
You got both of them wrong.
Yeah, you got both of them wrong.
Oh, it's David Robinson?
It's David Admiral Robinson.
Wow, guys, stay there. I'm going to get your information in the
He
break.
wins. My bad. Oh, man.
The realization on Chris's face was
With the first one?
priceless.
I mean, he got the first. I mean, obviously,
He said David, and
I
then
was like-
Tony and I were like, "What? Where's he going with this?"
Oh, man.
nice work,
Yeah,
guy. Hang on the line.
You know how you like to say, Tony? I played
yourself.
myself.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
You did.
I did.
You played
I
yourself
knew
twice,
that
too.
one. I knew that one, and I just got totally my mind went the wrong way.
See, I picked the Spurs because you could go Tim Duncan, you could go Mono Ginobili, you could go Tony Parker.
Tim Duncan was too fundamental to get to 71.
Too many
honestly,
of those layups.
You could go all of those guys, but the greatest scorer the Spurs ever had was George Gervin.
Iceman.
And I just blew it completely. So there you go.
All
happens.
right. You got to take us a break, Chris. Sorry.
Good for you. Who was the winner there?
Guy,
you owe me one, Guy. I think I feel like I gave you that one, but
Guy doesn't owe you anything.
And good luck on your trip to Las Vegas. We'll take a break. Tony Gwynn Jr. is a Laker fan, but he has some things that are bothering him right now. Even though the team is 11-4,
telling you,
what
people
could
are
it
gonna love
be?
it.
Yeah.
What could it be? We'll find out when Gwynn and Chris continues after traffic.
From the 855.
Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello. I've elected to stand this segment. I'm tired of sitting. Part of the reason I'm going to stand is because I'm in my feels right now when it comes to the Lakers.
You're not watching me, Tony. I'm still banging
see.
my head over that mistake.
Oh,
and I have an explanation for it, but I want to hear your Laker takes first.
I want to hear your explanation for your mistake.
What mistake?
Okay.
The when he had the answer, he thought he had the David Robinson.
David
answer.
Robinson.
See, this is how different we are. I
about
moved on. That was in a locked box that I will never think of again.
It's been eating at Chris. Go ahead, Chris. How did you make
on
that
the
mistake?
final day of the 1978 season, which is right in my wheelhouse? George Gervin needed to score 63 points to win the NBA title, scoring title. Because on that same day, David Thompson scored 73 points. And Gervin did it. And for some reason, Gervin being with the Spurs, I mixed it up and put David Thompson on the Spurs. But it was my recollection of that crazy day that had me overlook David Robinson. It's not an excuse. It's just my explanation for it. So there.
Skraby, how do you feel about that? Does it sound like an excuse?
It's not
to
an
you?
excuse, but here's my excuse. I get it, Chris. You pride yourself on knowing this stuff, and so you want to get it off your chest as to why you thought the way you did. I get it.
Good for Guy. All right, so what are the Lakers doing to bug you, Tony Gwynn Jr.?
Well, listen, they're not doing a lot to bug me. I mean, they're 11-4. LBJ just came back looking like 91 Magic, was kind of past 12 assists, 11 points, just kind of fitting in.
LeBron James just fitting
in. And I think there was some question on whether he could do it. I think he took umbrage with it. But the thing that is troubling to me, so I read a report today that 2 Dodger executives will be consultants to the Lakers. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe this is on the business side. Dodgers probably doing some good business right now. Maybe the Lakers can learn. Only to find out that Andrew Friedman and Farhan Zaidi, how you say his last name?
I think it's Zaidi.
Zaidi are going to be consulting basketball business. Could somebody help me?
Wait, they're going to make roster decisions?
Listen, I don't know what that consulting means, but I don't want 2 baseball dudes anywhere near basketball.
You're not getting baseball dudes anywhere near basketball, Tony. Neither Friedman nor Zaidi are baseball dudes. They're analytic nerds.
And that is really the troubling part.
I know.
Because with all due respect to the smartest people in the world out there that handle analytics.
Yeah.
I don't need the crossover on this one. And listen, analytics has been in basketball for a very, very long time. So I understand that. But don't you already have basketball analytic guys there already? Like you had to have had some. You'd been in the league forever. I know LA was behind the 8 ball for a long time. But I all accounts, they got that kind of short up. I just don't like the idea of 2 dudes that are really good. Let me take that back. One dude who is really, really good at putting together baseball rosters because he knows baseball. You know, I know he may not have played, but he knows it. I know Andrew Friedman knows baseball. I don't think he knows jack about basketball.
Is this a case of what's his name? Tom something?
The owner.
Mark Walters.
Wow. Okay. Mark Walters.
Yes.
Is this a case of him just wanting to bring in his own guys?
Probably.
But that's
I don't think it's his own guys, Skraby. I think it's if you're in charge of 2 companies.
Yeah.
A lot of times you think if one guy is
he does this one
dominating
so
he's dominating this company, so you tell the other company, we're going to bring him in to see if he can't help this company. And it never works.
I mean, just ask the Cleveland Browns.
Paul DePodesta.
How did that work?
It doesn't work.
He didn't even move to Cleveland.
And he was certainly an analytics guy, which is why they thought, oh, yeah, the crossover. Wait, analytics is universal. It's across the board.
This I talked about this on the Skraby show the other night, but along with the analytics in other sports, I don't think in football analytics should be driven on 4th down. 4th down plays cannot be decided on analytics.
They're pretty much
they are, which is crazy to me because anything can happen on a play at any time that could end that play. The guy gets stepped on by the center. The running back has the wrong. Anything can happen. So when you're looking at it, 4th and 2, can my team get that 2 yards? Had they been doing it tonight? That's where I would go.
Yeah, this is not something that I feel good about.
Oh, I mean,
first of all, Skraby, you're not going to get an argument from Josh Allen. He went over to the sideline last night after a 4th down play, and he looked at his teammate and he said, "What the hell are we doing?" They caught him on the camera. He was like totally flustered.
I think Chris kind of hit on it. I don't like the idea that because a guy is really good in one area that he's just going to slide right. And I probably am freaking out. He's just consulting. I have a hard time.
That's the last thing you would want if you, Tony, put yourself in the room where the Laker GM and what is it? Pelinka makes the call.
That's the only thing that is giving me some.
You think this will help him? Because if you were Pelinka, you would not want somebody else because you have to be nice to them. You have to respect them because it's the same owner. So you have to kind of give them the time of day. But how do you use their knowledge and still do your thing? It's a really tricky situation.
I think Pelinka's a smart dude, but I don't think he's going to be super open to listening to two dudes that are having great success in baseball. But if it was flipped, if Rob Pelinka was said, and Mark Walter was like, "Hey, why don't you go over here to L.A. to the Dodgers and be a consultant to them? Like, just kind of mix in there, give them some advice." I'm pretty sure Andrew Friedman would give him the bird as any suggestion he had.
Our guy Nate on the chat wants to ask Tony how much of this has to do with them being Dodgers. Before you answer, I don't think anything has to do with them being Dodgers.
It has a little bit to do with it.
Oh,
like a tiny
wow,
bit.
okay.
It does. I mean, that doesn't make me feel better about it.
You know what, Tony? I've worked in enough organizations doing, media relations.
Like we've seen this before, and it doesn't work out.
It never works. This isn't going to work. Look, when I was with the Gulls, we went through 2 or 3 ownerships in the 4 or 5 years I was doing media relations for the Gulls. This is way back when. But every owner brought in their new people, right? But the only guy who really knew what the hell he was doing was our GM and the guy who was there the whole way. And that was Don Waddell. And he did a great job putting the teams together and running the organization. But every new owner made Don Waddell work with some new person that thought they knew everything. Right. And every single time they didn't know anything. And Don Waddell, was able to do his thing. So I've seen this exact thing that, it's going to be a little different level. We're talking NBA and, baseball and billions of dollars, but it's the same dynamic. And so I think you're right to be a little, just not happy with this.
I'll reiterate that they're just consultants. But what does that mean? I mean, if Mark Walters walks into Rob Pelinka's office, is like, "Hey, I know they're consultants, but I need them to actually consult." They're gonna have to do that. And right. I don't know. It just feels like this is gonna.
With apologies to all of my friends out there who are making major coin, bucks, stacks, whatever you want to say, as a consultant, I just want to say that nobody in any business likes a consultant.
It's true.
It's just true.
It's true.
It's
so
true.
I'm apologizing, but I'm just telling you, nobody likes you.
Because you're coming in to tell someone what to do when you haven't been in the trenches.
When they most likely didn't ask you either.
Yeah, they're just like, "Hey, you guys need to start doing more of this." Sir, we tried that like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Wow. Yeah. Nobody likes a consultant except a consultant because they make a ton of money.
They do make a ton of money.
I will say you have to be careful because at one point when baseball was baseball, right, the consultants that were hired were the analytic guys. And it wasn't that long after that the analytic guys that were consultants were then in the actual job space.
They're just taking over. They're like AI.
Well, you know what, Skraby? You know there's a consultant to this station right now who just heard me say that, who is getting his orange pen to line my name out of the thing right away.
He's got the orange highlighter.
Consultants.
Yep, he's gone. He's gone.
Let's get to break. Big Five on the other side.
Ben and Woods on the
Hi, welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 4:35 is the time. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Max Breto, San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Working our way towards 6 o'clock, and then the Skraby Chronicles will send us all into the weekend. Got a Big Five coming up here. Quick question, Skraby, before we get to your Big Five.
Yes.
Is Lane Kiffin mentioned at all?
No, I'm not as obsessed with Lane Kiffin as you are.
Okay. Well, I won't go there yet. I'll save it for later. But
okay. We don't have it.
I just think that, the guy's the biggest liar of all time, isn't he?
Why?
Well, he said that he's definitely staying at Ole Miss. He's not looking at any other offers, blah, blah, blah. But the AD said that a decision on Kiffin is coming after their next game.
There is, they did give him a deadline of the Egg Bowl.
I don't recall him saying that he's definitely staying at.
All right.
I know that's what you want to hear, because then you could really crush him even more today. But I don't know that he said that he's definitely staying.
Fair enough. Do what you want, Lane. Just don't come to my team.
He's coming to the MIA. Believe it.
God. Let me just get John Gruden in here, guy who hasn't done anything for the past 5 years.
Who would you rather have, Tony?
Oh,
Serious.
Don't put me in this. I like John Gruden, though. I do. I don't know if he can still coach. I don't know if let me rephrase it. I'm sure he can still coach. I don't know if players are going to lend them their ear. But I also don't know if they'll do it for Lane Kiffin either. I guess I would say John, because he has coached in the NFL
at a high level,
at a very high level,
pretty high. All right, here we go. Traffic, and then the Big Five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser. Alpine Spring Water getting a little busier on our roads here. Got a collision on southbound 15 just before the 52. It's in the center divide. Also south 163 in Balboa Park just past Robinson. Collision over the right shoulder. Accident on the Coronado Bridge heading off the island right at the 5. Got the left lane blocked. And crash in the second lane from the left on South 5 right before 8th Street. Oh, and southbound 125 just past Lemon. Reports of a collision involving car and motorcycle there in the center divide. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, this hour of Sports Talk is brought to you by SD Collectibles. Get ready, sports and Pokemon collectors. SD Collectibles Card Show is back at Liberty Station with over 100 vendor tables this Saturday and Sunday. Find sports cards, Pokemon, memorabilia, and more. Visit sdcollectibles.com for more info. That's sdcollectibles.com. All right.
Number 5.
Now, we talk about immovable contracts here on the show with the Padres from time to time.
Do we?
Yeah, I would say Xander Bogaerts' contract as in totality is an immovable contract. Immovable. No team is going to trade for Xander Bogaerts if they have to assume all of his contract. Now, there are reports that Corey Seager of the Rangers could be potentially traded this offseason to save the Rangers some money. Some think this contract may be immovable unless the Rangers eat some of the cost. He has 6 years left, $189 million to be paid. He'll be 32 in 2026, but he'll be 37 in his final year. Chris, is the contract by itself immovable?
No, not to some teams. I mean, Mets they don't need a shortstop, but I don't think so. There's somebody out there that could work something if they desperately wanted him. So I'm gonna say no. But it's this is the risk that you get sometimes with a contract like this. Of course, I'm looking. I crossing over sports. Didn't the Clippers, when they got Paul George from OKC, they gave so many draft choices away. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but I read today that if the Clippers don't make the playoffs this year, OKC will have an unprotected lottery pick next year. Thanks to the Clippers.
Once again, we can thank the Clippers for their great work. Look at the OKC Thunder now. Thank you, Clippers.
They're the champions,
Great work.
they might win the championship and get the number 1 pick. Thanks to the Clippers.
Now that is crazy.
I'm just saying the Rangers won their World Series, but they're paying for it a little with that move.
Yeah.
So
Tony,
good job, Clippers.
Is the Corey Seager contract by itself immovable?
First, who said this? Do you know?
No, there's just reports, like Rangers reporters.
Only reason why I bring it up because as we've been sitting here doing the show, they had the Texas Rangers beat writer, and it was a tweet from him. And the tweet said something along the lines was, I did not say that the Rangers were shopping him. I said that they could look into shopping him.
Oh,
and
so
that's
clarifying.
That's why I asked you who it was because I wanted to say his name.
It was probably that guy.
It was 100% him. But to your question of is it immovable? Listen, anything can be moved with the right want to. I think Corey Seager's time at shortstop is not going to be long through this contract. He's I don't know if you guys have seen Corey Seager. He's not a small human being. He's a big
I've
dude.
never seen him actually.
He's a big dude. And I imagine he's gonna, 32, right? I think.
Yeah, he's 32 coming into this next season.
I can see him moving to third as he starts to get older. But yeah, man, right situation, right team, maybe that piece away, it could be moved.
All right.
Number 4.
Now, Deion Sanders, not Coach Prime, everyone. These are two separate entities. Deion Sanders is facing a dilemma. I don't know why Tony's looking at me like that. Is facing a dilemma this weekend.
Anytime
and the dilemma
you have Deion in your big five, I'm going to look at you crazy.
Stems from Shador making his first professional start on Sunday. Here's Deion on a Buffalo's podcast talking about what he is going to do.
Will you just sit quietly in a room this week and watch it, or are you going to try and go out there?
I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. I've been urged to go. I'm pretty sure he wants me to go, but I kind of, you want to be out of the way. You don't want to be his distraction, but not that I would be. But then you think, he came all the way up here to see you.
Right.
So that's even a shorter trip to go see him. You start thinking that as a dad, because you know what it means to him if he just catch a glimpse of you before he walks out.
Yeah.
But all right, so that's what he said. He's still undecided. I have a feeling he's going to go. Tony, do you, or I'm not gonna ask you about Prime. I'm gonna say, what would you do? I know what you would do. You do this for your kids quite often.
Here's an interesting thing. I'm not as popular, or I wasn't the same player as my dad was, and so I don't have the same type of power that he did in terms of if he shows up to a game of mine, all eyes are going to be on him. Deion's in that kind of.
Oh, totally.
He shows up to the game.
He's the show.
Yeah. And, I think to his point, though, I think he knows how much it would mean just based on what we know about their relationship. They've been together forever.
Yeah.
I think Shador would probably benefit from having his dad there. It wouldn't be that type of distraction. Shador's going to have enough on his plate trying to get a win against the Raiders with that Cleveland Brown offense he has.
He may not even see Deion, but let me ask you this, Tony, as you had your dad come to your Little League game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think he used to famously sit out behind the center field fence to try to stay away from people, but he was trying not to.
Trying to be a distraction.
Right, he didn't want to be a distraction. But as far as you were concerned, you understood that, but you still loved having him there, right?
Without a doubt. I mean, he didn't get to come to very many baseball games. So, yeah, especially in that situation, I didn't care where he sat. He could have stayed in the car as long as he was there. I felt that, and I imagine Shador is going to feel the same.
So that's
way.
why I think Dion should go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
I think so too. Guys.
Number 3.
Now, we know that Chris does not think Dak Prescott is a good quarterback, but he is just 160 passing yards away from breaking the Cowboys team record held by Tony Romo. Romo sits at 34,183 yards, and on Monday night, Dak passed the 34,000-yard mark. And I know people aren't sold on Dak, but Chris, does this record legitimize him as a good NFL quarterback?
First of all, I think he is a pretty good quarterback. I get critical of Dak when he start talking about cream of the crop because he hasn't won anything to be to deserve to be mentioned in cream of the crop. Secondly, I don't know that he really needs this record to legitimize him. Passing yardage is not a fair record anymore. It just isn't. There is not a person on earth who would ever look at you and say that Dak Prescott can even hold a candle to somebody like Roger Staubach. But Dak Prescott has passed for infinitely more yards than Roger Staubach ever did. It's just a totally different world now. So I think in this era of, pro football, where you throw it, you gain yardage through the air, Dak Prescott is a good, solid quarterback. But he needs to win some playoff in order to move up in the pecking order. That's all.
All right, Tony, does this record legitimize him as a good NFL quarterback?
I don't think it legitimized. I think he already is a good NFL quarterback. I laughed because Chris said that no one would look you in your face and tell you that Dak Prescott was better than Roger Staubach.
No one.
Unless you were born 1982, and up at that point. Because I think a lot of people would tell you that.
No, I know.
But to Chris's point, I don't think there's an issue with Dak Prescott outside of when the chips are down. What is he going to do? I think he does the regular season thing as well as many of the top tier quarterbacks when has a team around him. But you typically measured with how you do in the postseason. And the thing about the NFL that I've learned over time is that it only takes one good run. Like he's had a lot of really good seasons. Let's say the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl and they win one. We'll be talking about Dak Prescott completely different than we are right now. And it would just take one run from him.
I mean, these days you win one Super Bowl, that is you're a marquee quarterback.
I think that's the unique thing about football is that the Super Bowl can raise you up that high. I mean, you can't be like who was Tampa's quarterback the year they beat
Brad
Oakland?
Johnson?
You can't beat Brad Johnson and win. If Brad Johnson had the numbers that Dak did and didn't win a Super Bowl, we'd be talking about him different, right?
That's true.
And I think that's where Dak is. Dak is good enough to be there, but he just has not done anything in the postseason that can get him off of that kind of
pedestal.
Yeah, get him onto that pedestal.
Onto the pedestal. You know who I always think of when Brad Johnson gets mentioned? For some reason, I always think of Jeff George. I have no idea why, but Jeff George. All I remember is him just crushing the 49ers sometimes, and then him getting into
He
fights.
played for the Falcons, didn't he?
He played for a lot of teams.
I remember Jeff George throwing Dion that pick, and he go down the sideline for 90-something yards.
Yeah, I do remember that.
He was a number one overall pick, mostly talent wasted. Just didn't really commit himself.
Big arm.
He had an incredible arm, though. Yeah.
Where did he go to college?
Illinois, of all
Interesting.
places.
Didn't know that.
Oh, neither did I.
Number 2.
Now, we already talked about the 49ers and Brandon Ayuk, but I'm going to talk about another 49er, but this is in a different tone, though. Mac Jones subbed in for Brock Purdy very well while Purdy was out with his toe injury. He did so well that teams are reportedly looking into Mac Jones for their team next season. 49er reporter Matt Mayoko made the case that Jones could fetch a second-round pick because Geno Smith was traded to the Raiders last year for a third-rounder. Now, I'm not going to ask you to predict which round they're going to get, but Tony, do you think Mac Jones will be brought in as the starter, or is he brought in to compete for the starting job?
It's actually a good question.
Thank you.
I think it's a situational deal. A team that I guess it depends on what team he lands with and who the quarterback he is
I've kind of seen Arizona on that list, but that's in division.
I think he would be competing at that point
with Kyler.
Because
they're going to move Kyler.
If they move, but I'm saying, like, if he ended up in that situation, I don't think they would just hand him the job.
For sure.
He'd have to compete. There probably are like one or two situations that he could go to at this point. If they can't get anybody else to sign there, I could see that being a thing and him just being like, here, go ahead. This is your team now.
Chris, are you okay? I just saw you
stretching my neck, Scrag.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Chris? Do you think Mac Jones would be brought in as the starter or compete for a starting job?
You guys didn't have to roll around the lazy river rapids for an hour and a half today.
This is
Put
true.
a lot of strain on the body.
Yeah, this is true.
Come on. Yeah, I'm not ready to turn my team over to Mac Jones yet, under any circumstance. I don't think he proved. Yeah, I don't think he proved he could do it yet with New England. I think you always have to be careful. The 49ers are, as much as I'm critical of, Shanahan for fun, they run a pretty good ship over there. And I think they put him in a pretty decent position to succeed, and not look bad while he was out there. But he did look bad when he was with a lesser situation in New England. So if I'm a lesser, I don't know that Mac Jones is the guy that elevates me necessarily. He'd have to prove it to me first.
I think it's fair.
Number 1.
NFL mock drafts are starting to kick it into their next gear right now. And currently on Bleacher Report's number 1 prospect is Caleb Downs of Ohio State. He's a safety. He's rated the best player in the draft. First quarterback on the list is Indiana's Fernando Mendoza at number 4. Then you have to look all the way down. Arch Manning is actually rated by Bleacher Report as the 44th best player in the draft. So Chris is up first. Do you think Arch is ready for the NFL after what you've seen in his college career so far?
Okay, so that's a funny question, right? Or was that legit?
No, it's legit. Like, they're thinking he's going to enter the draft.
There's nobody in okay. The same people that aren't in their right mind to think Dak Prescott's better than Staubach are the only people that would remotely imagine this guy could be ready to play an NFL game. Right?
I agree with you.
Am
on
I
that.
joke? I mean, am I missing something?
No, he struggled this year. He's had moments of brilliance.
I mean, he's got some moments, sure, but that's not enough to be a guy in the NFL. Maybe Tony will say, that you draft him and you groom him for 4 years, but nobody does that anymore.
Yeah, that's true. You don't.
So,
are we talking about Manning?
We're talking about Arch.
Yeah. There's been nothing that has shown me that he's ready. And he has 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks that all played in the NFL in his family. I would hope that they have
remember when his grandpa said he was going to stay one more year, and then Arch was like, I don't know if he's going to stay one more year.
If this is where Arch should lean on grandpa and uncles, because if they know how to orchestrate something, they would have told him, hey, yeah, go ahead. They'll get him out there. We saw them maneuver Eli to New York.
They already have experience.
They got experience. They got a ton of it. So I would just say, unless Papa or Unc is telling you, hey, man, come on out. It's a good move. Please stay in school.
I would think that they are giving him the right advice.
I couldn't imagine they're not.
They're like, hey, jump in the draft.
So don't listen to the NFL mock drafters out there.
Yeah.
If I was the Manning consultant, why not? Let's be a consultant. I would tell him to stay in college and switch teams and get with a coach better than Sarkisian, honestly.
That's not a bad point either.
Not out of the cards either.
All right, that's it for the Big Five. When we get back, we're going to reset some things, and we also have an interview of the week at the end of the show, so stick around.
Friday time and time for our regular Friday visit. And today we bring in Gavin Sheets from the Padres as the Padres get set to start the 3-game series tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Sheets last joined us at spring training. I don't know if you remember that particular interview, Gavin, sitting out there by the benches, but we were really impressed and we really couldn't wait to see you play. But really at that time,
I don't think anybody was, totally expecting what has happened since that time, which is, you having a great season and, putting yourself squarely in the middle of what the Padres have accomplished this year. So congratulations to you, and just talk a little bit about, what this season has meant to you so far.
Yeah, I think that obviously I do remember that conversation we had out there in completely different times. And no, I think that, kind of when I was talking to you then too, it was just, looking back at this off season, the things I wanted to accomplish, the places I wanted to go. And, I wanted a new change of scenery where the excitement was there and where the goal was to win a World Series. And I think, you look now, we're at August 1st, and, at this point right now, I've matched some career highs. And I think that after we saw what happened yesterday, I think that the goal of winning a World Series is right in front of us.
Yeah. Gavin Sheets joins us here, Padre outfielder, DH. He's kind of done a little bit of everything for the Pods. And Gavin, let's talk about the process, because we knew from having that conversation in spring training what your goals were, the things you kind of wanted to accomplish. But I know as you go through the season, you kind of have to be able to be flexible in how you are going to manage all of this. You've had times where you've been hot. You've cooled, gotten back hot. What has that process been like for you, sticking with it through some of the ups and downs you've had?
Yeah, I mean, it's the beautiful thing of baseball is no matter how hot you are, how cold you are, you got to come to the ballpark the next day and do it again. And being an everyday guy for the first time in my career has been incredible. And I think you learn how to handle those things, and you kind of learn on the fly. And you battle with, soreness and all this stuff that goes on, and showing up to the ballpark every single day and bringing it, and, dealing with slumps, dealing with hot streaks. And I've just enjoyed every second of it. Obviously, the roles might change a little bit going forward, but, whatever it is and whatever I need to do, and, the goal and the work ethic and all that still stays the same going forward.
Gavin, you knew that you could come here and be a big contributor, and you told us that, and you had us believing. I imagine that everyone was confident in your ability, when they put you in the lineup opening day. But how much did it mean to you personally and in terms of feeling a part of things to get that home run on opening day? Just contribute right off the bat, kind of signal to everybody that, yeah, I'm going to be around to help this club this year.
Yeah, that was I couldn't have scripted a better start. Obviously, that was about as cool as it gets. I hit a home run in the playoffs in 21, and that was about as close as, if not better, a feeling than I've ever had in my career. So that was just incredible. I mean, obviously playing in front of this home crowd and getting the first taste of it that day, and to be able to produce like that was a pretty special welcome to San Diego, to say the least.
Gavin, obviously we got a chance to chat with your dad, Larry, out in Philadelphia. He was out on the field. And I imagine for him, as it was for my dad, watching you is probably much harder than it was for him to be on the field. How much has he enjoyed getting a chance to see your success and get to be an everyday player through most of this year so far?
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, he stresses out more watching me than when he played, for sure. But he's thoroughly enjoyed it. He's thoroughly enjoyed watching the brand of baseball we play, the way we go about our business, and obviously being a contributing factor to that has made it enjoyable for him. He can't stand the West Coast time zone. He said he's losing a lot of sleep because of it, but he's thoroughly enjoying every second of it.
Friday time, and time for our regular Friday visit. And today we bring in Gavin Sheets from the Padres, as the Padres get set to start the three-game series tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Sheets last joined us at spring training. I don't know if you remember that particular interview, Gavin, sitting out there by the benches, but we were really impressed, and we really couldn't wait to see you play. But really at that time, I don't think anybody was
totally expecting what has happened since that time, which is, you having a great season and, putting yourself squarely in the middle of what the Padres have accomplished this year. So congratulations to you, and just talk a little bit about, what this season has meant to you so far.
Yeah, I think that obviously I do remember that conversation we had out there, and completely different times. And no, I think that, kind of when I was talking to you then too, it was just
here on this Friday evening, 5:01 on the dial. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matthew Skraby, and we are indeed in full baseball offseason mode. MLB has shifted to the movies.
That's when you know.
That's when you know. Anything that has even a slither of baseball is eligible to be played on MLB Network. Today, what do we have, Scrape?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day
I mean,
Off.
this is a great movie.
Good flick.
I'm not mad at it at all.
Actually, we were surprised because usually you get the standards. Little Big League. You get
Rookie of the Year,
Major League.
Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears is on there a lot.
Brewster's Millions, I think it's called.
That's another one.
The Bull Durham.
If you got any piece of baseball, it could be
Bingo Long's Traveling All-Stars.
Yeah, honestly, during COVID, I used to see these movies, and it was just one movie
after another.
How
about this?
I think the Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars is actually not bad.
I agree. How about this right here? This is some news for you. The most expensive baseball card sale ever for Los Angeles Dodger pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto occurred Thursday night. What makes one of the two card sales particularly unique is the seller. New York Knicks center Karl Anthony Towns.
Wow.
Yes, Towns owned a 2024 Topps Inception MLB logo man. Man, I don't even know what that is. One-of-a-kind rookie autograph card with a Gem Mint 10 card and autograph grade through PSA, Professional Sports Authenticators, sold for $72,000 via a Fanatics collect auction. This record sale didn't last long because Yamamoto's 2024 Topps Dynasty MLB logo man, one-of-one rookie autograph card sold for $174,000. So it's a side gig. He's doing basketball.
I have a question with collectors. It's not my place to say one way or the other. I'm not a big collector. But the one thing I will say about my thinking on collecting is if I have something, it's not for sale. Like I want it because I want to have it. I want to collect it. I know, Tony, you have some jerseys you have up in your office. I have a Dan Marino helmet that somebody gave to me for a birthday present many years ago. There's just no way I would sell that stuff. And I understand people, I guess, who do it for business. But if you're somebody like Karl Anthony Towns, like, do you need to make an extra buck on the side getting a Yamamoto card? So I've never quite understood the whole card collecting.
I think that for
unless
him,
you want to keep them.
It's just
what is the allure?
and a hobby.
Entertainment?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it's about the money.
I don't think it is either. I think it's probably more of the rush of getting the card, and then
negotiating,
and then doing all that stuff. Listen, maybe Cat has he's a big baseball fan that I don't know of, and this was one of many cards he has, and this was one he was willing to let go, and he feels like that about the other. But I think card collecting now is not the same as I think you envision it. And I know
it's different now.
Right?
I know.
I remember going to some of the baseball shops. There was one in the North County Fair Mall I used to go to all the time when I really got into it. And you're willing to pay a little extra coin to get a specific card for your collection. I don't know that is a thing anymore. I don't think that's how most collectors look at it now. I mean, there's certainly some out there that are still collecting, like collecting series and trying to complete them and that thing. But I think this is big business now.
The only thing I collect it's not worth anything, but it's all the sports passes that I've had over the years in sports radio. Like I have a couple Super Bowl radio rows. I have those, but
those are fun.
Yeah, but I did.
But that's kind of signifies places you've been.
Yeah, no.
You also
for me.
collect Pokemon, Skraby.
Yeah,
You're a Pokemon guy.
You know, I do collect Pokemon.
Yeah, we know.
I do.
Well,
collect
then
Pokemon.
there you go.
We're not going to tell anybody else.
No, I don't collect Pokemon anymore. Okay.
Don't tell anybody else.
I mean,
Don't tell anybody else. What do you mean?
I hope Brooke doesn't know.
She definitely knows. She's the one who said that Snorlax was cute.
Yeah,
Jeez.
So I know you found the right one, man.
Yeah,
that's true love there. Yeah, that's
she's
true
like,
love
I
right
think
there.
Snorlax is cute, and I'm like, what do you see cute about this guy? He's a big fat sleeping thing.
Oh wow. How about there's a lot of Japanese players. We saw a Korean player hop into the kind of I don't want to say it's a portal, but have posted.
That's that kind of
a lot to choose from this year. And it seems to be kind of a wide range of different type of players. I don't know that you have a Suzuki or a Yamamoto in any of these particular players, but I like that we're starting to see more players from Japan like willing to get. For a long time, it wasn't that they weren't good enough. I think a lot of them just didn't want to come over to play. But you're seeing a lot of guys, starting to make themselves available for it, Chris.
All right, so I have a question about it, Tony, and I was thinking about this today as I was floating along the lazy river here.
A lot of time to think on that, huh?
Yeah, you get a little time. But no, because all these guys are coming over now. And look, Ohtani and Yamamoto, those are pretty guys that move the needle, right? I mean, you're talking about 2 World Series, MVP, World Series MVP. And they're both on the Dodgers. And, this is Skraby's complaint a little, but the point is when the really good Japanese, Korean players are going to come over now, are they all going to go to the Dodgers and the Mets and the Yankees because they have the money to sign them? And if that's true, would it be better at some point, maybe in a couple of years, for baseball to start having a draft of these players so that at least other teams can have a little look at them? Or is that just not possible?
My guess is that the players who are currently in the league would have a problem with that, because if you can allow them to draft players in Japan, then they can do it in Dominican, then they can do it in Venezuela. And I don't know that fits kind of what the players have really modeled for themselves in terms of free agency.
Because what do we think of the college draft then? Should we just get to a point someday where guys get out of college, they're done playing, and they just go play for whatever team is interested in them?
That's kind of been the kind of running argument, right? Is like the American players have to go through the draft in order to get to the big leagues. Whereas that's not the case for the Dominican, the Venezuela. Right. Guys can go out and have free agency basically. And it just
they have way more control over their situation than some kid who's an All-American at LSU has.
I don't have all the details, but I'm pretty sure this was one of the things that was debated in the last collective bargaining agreement as they were talking about an international draft. I don't know if you remember some of the stuff that came up. It clearly didn't happen. I don't know what the kind of pros and cons of it was, beyond what I just talked about, but I don't think that'll be something that happens soon. Because
don't we all agree that if Paul Skeens had his druthers, probably wouldn't have called the Pirates coming out of LSU.
But I mean, this kind of goes.
But he had no choice.
This goes back to your point, though. I mean, if it was portrayed that way, where do you think Paul Skeens would have signed, or who you think would be more likely to sign?
The A's,
right? But I'm just saying it's the A's. Yeah, well, everybody likes to move around a lot. I just think the system is really weird. I don't think it's broken. I get it. I understand it. You want to give the poorer teams a chance to get the better players, but with the Japanese players and those leagues now starting to really contribute here, all of those guys get to come over as free agents and basically sign with either the Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, or Mets. I don't see how that's great for baseball.
Well, or the Giants. You know, we have.
Well, you know what I mean.
But I think that also kind of pours cold water on that argument. Is that first there hadn't been that many really good players to begin with that have come, and they have kind of scattered a little bit. I mean, yeah, I guess most of them have come with the Dodgers and Yankees, right? I mean, as I started,
the Dodgers have three of the very best right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have a good answer for how that is, how you change that. You know,
yeah, I don't either. That's why they pay Manfred the big bucks.
Well,
come up with solutions.
Come up with a solution there, Rob.
I don't know that he does come up with solutions.
He's not going to. You know that, and I know that.
Yeah, he just throws it out there, and he just ideas. Remember the golden at bat that he threw out there?
that quickly
it's not
died.
Dead yet, Skraby.
Oh, once like the actual baseball people were like, no, we're not doing this.
I mean, just think if we had the golden bat rule in this World Series, Rojas doesn't come to the plate at all.
No,
never happens.
No, that's very true. Shohei is coming.
That would have
back.
been a bad deal to have the golden bat at that point.
Oh, everybody, but then they have
who came up with the golden.
You
know who came up with the golden bat idea, don't you guys?
Who's that?
It was a consultant.
Of course. Manfred hired a grow the game consultant. He said,
there you go.
Golden at bats.
Let's get to break. More happy hour on the other side. There's some traffic.
I think, are we going to do our countdown? Because I need to prepare.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
From the 855, get Ross traffic.
Tony, you care to,
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony,
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh.
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't. Yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower or something?
I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, someone says maybe he's in the bathroom. I don't know.
He's been known to go there. As have all of us, frankly, but him more than most.
Over under, Tony just forgot that he was doing the show.
That's not nice. So maybe that's what they're thinking.
You know what just hit me, Chris?
No.
What if Tony went out to get like ice or something and he forgot his room key?
That is something that he is more than capable of doing.
Because he would never be gone this late. This long with knowing that he was on the show.
No kidding, man. We took a commercial break like 5 minutes ago and he has not returned.
I'm going to text him.
Like, are you out in the hall trying to get into your room right now?
Everything okay?
Oh no.
Question mark.
Scaring me. No. Did you hear back from Tony yet?
No, I'm thinking
something.
I'm thinking he locked himself out. He doesn't have his phone because it's in the room, so he's down at the front desk or something. I
don't know. I'm sure there's a story in here somewhere.
There's definitely got to be a
story.
story. Anyway. I was very concerned about Tony, and I took him off the screen because he's not back. I guarantee you he got locked out of his room.
I don't think you're wrong because that makes sense. But how far away is the lobby? Of course, the New York hotel, it could be one of those ones where you got to wait a while to get up to the...
And he's just sitting in line. I don't know why I find this so funny, but it is.
Well, it's funny
to
if
me.
it's funny if he comes back with a funny story.
Yeah, like
it's
I locked
not
myself
funny.
out.
It's not funny if he fell and hit his head somewhere
Well,
and we don't know where he is. That's not funny.
Of course, that's not funny.
He's obviously not with his phone because he hasn't gotten back to us.
Has Tony locked himself out before? Not during the show, but I'm sure he has at one point in his life.
Of all people, Tony would certainly seem to be one who would do it.
Oh, August also says, Clinton said, got to use the key card for the elevator too. So maybe he's just stuck.
Can't even get down? No, you don't need the key card to go down.
Okay.
You only need those to go up. You should be able to get down to the lobby to say, hey, I locked myself out in New York City. But if we do, can you go to the Padre Hotel and knock on Tony's door? We don't know where he is still.
No.
Still hasn't come back.
And I turned on
It's been 20 minutes now.
I know. Now I'm starting to get a little worried.
Yeah. Where'd he go?
What
happened?
I don't know. I would call the front desk of the hotel, but I have no idea where they're staying.
I don't know where they're staying either. And when you sent him a text and said, is everything all right? We have not heard back from him. He is still not back in his room.
I bet you he is standing in line in the lobby as we speak.
Trying to get his key back.
Someone said text Jesse or Dave. And
it's really not a bad idea. Maybe at the next break, though.
Yes.
If we get to the next break, we got to text those guys so that they can go make sure he's okay. Because I don't know where he is. It's crazy.
Dave Marcus is probably the one to text.
We'll text Dave.
Because he's, Jesse could be doing anything, but Dave's always there ready to go.
You're trying to say Dave has a ho-hum life and he'd just be sitting around waiting for a text, whereas Jesse might be busy? Is that what you're...
Dave's been doing this job for like 30 years. I don't think what is the word I'm looking for? Never mind.
All right. Well, there's certainly an explanation, but we don't have it yet.
Text Scan. I don't know Scan well enough to text him.
We're going to text Dave if this gets to the top of the hour, and we still don't have a Tony Gwynn Jr. sighting. All right, do we just go to traffic like it's normal behavior time? I mean, it just seems weird.
We got to move on with the show.
Show must go on?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, we're going to do the good, the bad, and the really, really weird and ugly next here after traffic. All right, it's with less enthusiasm than usual that we embark on the good, the bad, and the ugly for week 2, Skrabe.
I'm going to try not to worry too much.
I'm going to try not to worry also. I'm not necessarily the worrying type.
I'm not either.
But, I'm intrigued now at this point. Like it's with this long pass to Devontae Smith.
He's back!
Helped put him there.
Hold on, he's back, everybody!
Stop everything.
I literally, we went to commercial break. I laid on the bed, and then I just fell asleep.
He's back! I never even considered it! I never even considered it!
Tony, you care to...
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony...
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh...
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't, yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower or something?
I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, someone says maybe he's in the bathroom. I don't know.
He's been known to go there. As have all of us, frankly, but him more than most.
Over, under, Tony just forgot that he was doing the show.
That's not nice. On a finally a Friday program, of course, before we're done here today, guys, one last tribute to our great friend and legendary Padre, Randy Jones. We're going to replay our interview we did earlier this week with Ted Leitner, who, as always, hit all the right marks on that interview. If you missed it,
I think you're going to want to definitely hear it. If you heard it, you might even want to hear it again. Randy Jones, the legendary Padre, passing away this week at the age of 75. Okay, guys, we got our countdown. We're going to have to get right to it, though, Skrabe. So let's. Are we doing? Are we even doing a lead in?
Yes, we'll do a lead in. Here we go. Oh my gosh, that was not a lead in. I was so confident.
That's the opposite of a lead in.
I was so confident in it too.
I guess it's time to go home, Tony. Isn't that the out music? I think we're out of here.
This is not the out music.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, today's countdown, after much arguing, is going to be a bit of a tribute to our successful SDFC season that we hope will continue Monday night with the quarterfinal match against Minnesota. Today's category, guys, 5 things we now like about soccer. 5 things we now like about soccer. Top 5 things, anyway.
Number 5.
We know this is going to be easy for Tony because he already likes soccer. Skraby and I have been kind of an acquired taste. But I'll let you go, Skrabe.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to steal one of yours.
You go first, buddy.
Well, I have one if you want
No,
me to.
I got one. My first one, mine are going to be really simple. But I had never been to an MLS game. I had never been to a high-level soccer game ever. And so going to the actual game the first time was really fun. And the environment is much different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of stale.
Yeah, no,
it's not stale. It's pretty, I don't use this word often, but electric when the game's happening. So going to the actual game was pretty fun this year.
Cool. I'll go next because
Cool.
Tony's got his list ready to go. You want to go, Tony?
If you want me to.
I don't think Chris has his list ready to go.
He keeps passing
Right
it
here.
on to everybody.
Oh,
Right
he
there,
wrote
some
it. He
chicken
wrote it
scratch
down
there.
on the bottom of his old sheet that he's using.
Chicken scratch.
You want me to go second or you want to go?
Now I'm going to go. Number 5 for me is when there's a set piece and it takes the guys 20 minutes to line up for the to make the wall.
That is kind of fun.
That cracks me up. The referee's in there trying to get everybody organized. This guy's pushing that guy. Everybody's pushing everybody. And they're standing there, and then, the guy kicks the ball right into the wall. And I just think the lineup is kind of comical. They're all trying to get ready to go.
I always think that's the referee's fault. He's always having side conversations. He's got his little spray bottle out.
That's my favorite part. The spray
Because
bottle.
they can't really line up because they got to get the 10 feet first, and
Yeah.
they got to
Got to
wait
have
for
the spray bottle,
Right.
yeah.
I
Get the
feel
spray
like the
bottle.
referees could speed that up if they wanted
I love
to.
the spray
Well,
bottle.
I
do
they
too.
don't.
Like
You
you're
know
too-
what?
it's like
I think they need a lineup clock in the MLS. You got to be lined up in 20 seconds.
Oh, like a pitch clock kind of thing?
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, Tony, you're number 5.
Number 5, the buildup. In actuality, SDFC doesn't actually play with. They don't build out of the back. They just get it up. They kind of get it up the field. A lot of passing, but typically a lot of teams play out of the back. So you see them sometimes get it to about the half field mark, and then all of a sudden they're going backwards. They're kind of building it up. I enjoy that part of soccer. It didn't come easy for me to watch that part.
I have a feeling I may like that in about another 16 years.
I enjoy the beauty of a build out.
All right.
Okay.
Number 4.
My number 4, I went to 3 or 4 games in the beginning of the year, and I sat next to someone, one of those games, that knew everything about soccer. I don't even remember their name. They weren't a reporter from here, but they explained the strategy to me. And so learning strategy is my number 4, because things you think is just something that they're doing is actually strategy.
Right.
It's not like them just dribbling down the field or whatever. They have a plan. They have plays that are being run. So this guy was pointing it out, and I thought that was fun.
Number 4 for me is the language of the game. I love listening to the announcers speak kind of broken English. and invent phrases that we've never heard of. And Skraby, you need to have, racking my brain. Do you remember when he talked about, the announcer was on with us and talked about if SDFC won, they would qualify for the playoffs?
Yeah.
But he didn't say qualify.
No.
What was it?
It was a totally different word, and I loved it.
It was confirmed.
Confirmed. There we go.
Yes.
They had to get confirmed to the playoffs. The little language things like that I've kind of enjoyed. So that's my number 4.
That's a good one.
Soccer pitches always look immaculate. The grass. Like Snapdragon's a little different because they got some traffic on there, but most of them are like pristine.
There's not a lot of lines on them, right, Tony?
There's not a lot of lines. And I'm talking about the natural surfaces. And I have another piece to this that I'm going to use as my number. Was this 3? This is 4 here, huh? Number
4,
3.
yeah.
My number 3 is going to have something to do with the field, too.
Oh, okay.
Number 3.
My number 3 is actually the constant flow of the game. They're always moving. There's very little downtime.
Except when they're lining up.
Yeah, except for when they're lining up or there's an injury. But the lining up thing I can get past because he has his little spray bottle that he puts down on the field. So I'm looking forward to that.
Don't come past this line.
Yeah. But the constant flow of the game is something that I did not expect for me to like.
Number 3 for me is the individual athleticism. I don't want to appreciate the whole sport sometimes, but I always appreciate when a guy can, I mean, we're looking at Messi, but even all these guys, the way they can just dribble and control the ball and their passing skills, their ability to, what tackle they call it in soccer, but when you dive in there and kick the ball away, the goalkeeper's ability to stop any shot. So the athleticism is much more impressive than I probably have ever given it credit for. These guys can really do some amazing things out there.
Number 3 on my list is soccer might be the only sport where they turn the sprinklers on during halftime to wet the field.
Is that what? I didn't see this.
Yes. Well, at least the 2 games I saw, and I've seen it at other games. Before the game, they got the sprinkler system on. Halftime, they turn it back on. And I assume when you watch the pass, you see the ball kind of skips across the grass a lot of time. I'm assuming that's how they want it to play.
Interesting.
But I can't think of it like, if the sprinklers came on in the middle of a baseball game, all hell would break loose. Guys would be coming off the field.
It's happened before.
And it has happened before. So I find that to be super duper interesting that they turn the sprinklers on.
I wonder if it's like just to slow the ball down.
I think it's to speed it up.
Huh. That is really, I didn't know that.
Number 2.
My number 2 is the soccer crowd. It's not just a crowd, it's a living organism, I'll say, because everybody is moving. There's I'm forgetting the name of the guys who are in the corner.
Yeah.
Gosh, what is their name?
In the corner or behind the
goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are standing the entire game.
I'm gonna need you to find out that name too, because that's
someone
gonna be
in the
my
chat.
number 1.
Please tell me the name of the group that's behind. I think
the mob.
No, I don't think it's the mob. Just tell me what you think, or what the name of those people. Supporters?
No, they have an actual name.
Okay, all right.
I think aren't those the actual Blues? What I mean?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name, but I'm pretty sure the chat.
Someone will tell us in the chat.
You're liking those guys.
Skraby hasn't come up with the name yet. So it's those guys.
Frontera? I don't think that's it. I'll break in once I figure it out.
I will say this: I was lucky enough to get to go to a match in Barcelona, and Lori and I were blown away by that group of fans behind the goal, and our fans in San Diego are right there with them. I got to give you guys a lot of credit, man, because you think Barcelona, with the kind of history they have, that they'd have it a little more, but our San Diego fans are right there.
I'm seeing Frontera too.
Frontera,
you guys deserve a lot of credit in that cheering section. I'm gonna say the fans number 2 as well.
Oh, all right.
Number 1 for me is a banga, as they like to call it. That's a shot from like outside of the box from a deep area.
Oh, a banger?
A banger is what they call it.
Banga.
Yeah. That's probably my number 2 favorite.
Do you like when the goalie makes a diving save and punches it away, or do you like it to twine the back of the goal?
I like both. A lot of times when a goalie makes a save at this level, it's extraordinary. Like Foley's laid out, can't even catch it sometimes. All they can do is punch it. I think both of that is artistry. Both of those things are artistry.
We are going to do the biggest fan giveaway before we go to break. So if you're here for the biggest fan, stick with us. We'll get to it in 2 or 3 minutes.
Number 1.
My number 1, it's probably my favorite thing about soccer. Always has been, always will be, penalty kicks. I love penalty kicks.
You like penalty kicks?
I think they're fun. I know you guys don't like it, but I think
it's a terrible way to lose a game after you.
When are they going to get with the program and just play till you drop on the field? Somebody score a goal.
I mean, they are.
Goal.
It's called penalty kicks. Those are
no,
goals.
It's not.
Chris is talking about golden goal.
Okay.
You decide the match on the pitch.
I think that's the best way to go.
Speaking of the terminology,
that's not my. Is it my turn?
My number 1. I'll be honest with you. This doesn't qualify in the MLS, but I had to bring it up. My number 1 favorite thing about soccer is watching little kids play like a swarm of bees running around after the ball wherever the ball goes.
Yeah, it's called herding cats.
That gives me great joy to see that. How old do they start with before they start getting away from the ball, Tony? 10, 11? Or
I got to say, Chris, you got to be a sicko to enjoy 10 kids surrounding a soccer ball.
Yes.
Moving all in the same way.
I've ever seen.
It's a tough watch.
I had to do my time.
I had to do my time on that.
I know, and the parents are on the side yelling, "Go get the ball!" And the coach is like, "Get away from the ball!"
Literally, every parent is standing up saying, "Go get the ball!" I was definitely that dad there early on, for sure.
But my number 1 favorite thing about this season that I learned about soccer is that they score.
Yeah.
Remember, I was like, every game's going to be 0-0. You know what? SDFC only had 2 games all year that were 0-0. They score. And, Mikey Varas deserves a lot of credit for putting together a team that, focused on offense and getting chances, and they made it a lot of fun. So I enjoyed that part. Number 1.
Without a doubt. Number 1 on my list this year was Frontera. And that's the fan group back there. I've gone to 2 games, and I don't know that I really stopped bobbing my head from the
drumming.
Not even the drumming. I mean, they got like real chants that got like rhythm to it,
and they don't miss a beat.
They don't.
Where do they have SDFC fan practice?
You would think so, because they are all on one accord. And they do not stop. I mean, literally from before the game to the game ends, they cheer and they go off all game.
It's pretty incredible.
Number 1 thing I enjoy about the season this year.
All right. Not as good as my topic, but
I tried to get
you know
topic.
what? When we come back, we're going to do your topic.
No. I gave up on my topic because we got to hear from Teddy.
Yeah, we do.
Uncle Teddy.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we got to give away the prize.
I just said it on the air, and then we almost went to break. Congratulations to today's biggest fan, Stephen Corliss of San Diego. Give us a call within the next 10 minutes at 833-288-0973, and you'll qualify for our grand prize. 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game with all of the fan staff later this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember to register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Stephen Corliss of San Diego, 833-288-0973. Your time starts now. And on the other side, Uncle Teddy. Is that good with you guys?
You could have just went to break, dog. You did it perfectly, and then you came in with this little piece.
You guys, okay, all right. Uncle Teddy next. I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system, and
Skraby, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off.
Cool.
You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well, why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my!
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names. No, but I walked in. I got called into the office, and I sat down, and all my boss. I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew.
Said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, they was like,
"Yeah,
that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're gonna take him down."
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like. I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble? Or was that it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. Been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh, yeah, you're not that bad.
I'm not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under these circumstances?
We can't anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
no, Skraby, we didn't.
Really? Okay. Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information?
That's
unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got
for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious, Skraby.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, you know, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in hundreds.
In hundreds, and he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out, and then he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it out.
He's trying to
and then
what did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing?" I asked for 20s. And I'm like, what? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro. Yeah. I had to go to the vault to get those 50s. And as I was getting all mad and talking to my boss, he took the cash off the counter and put it into this folder that he had on the thing that
the original 5,000 in hundreds.
Yeah, well, he kept going like that, and then I was so mad, I just grabbed it and I threw it in my drawer. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he walked out. And then at the end of the day, $3,000.
He got an extra 3 on you.
$3,000. Yeah, he got $3,000.
The thing about criminals like that, they can sniff out a mark really easy.
I'm not a mark.
You are 1,000%.
I was actually the bank's
dog. They got you for 3 extra.
And that's the only time in my 8 years that I ever had anything happen like that.
I'm sure there are people who've been there 8 years that never had 0 taken.
Scrap, I got a 20 here. Can I get 5 5s, please?
I hate you guys.
Let's get to
that. Was one of the worst moments of my life. But you know what? It taught me a lot. Never trust anyone ever again.
You know what? You definitely have learned because you don't trust very many people.
I don't trust anyone anymore.
You are.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched her name in the account system. And
Skraby, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off.
You
Would be better. You'd be better off admitting that you wear your underwear inside out. Frankly,
this guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
Oh, how did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged, and so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that come? End of the week here. Tough week. Lost Padres legend Randy Jones, and I believe that was on Wednesday. And we had a lot of interviews, people joining us to kind of give us their kind of relationship that they had with RJ. And the lead man of that was Theodore. That's right. Theodore Leitner joined us. We're going to give you guys a chance to hear that. Before we do that, check some traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Okay, let's get this weekend started. Just a few things I need to mention here, guys. Westbound 8, just past the 163. There is a collision in the second lane from the left. Also an accident still clearing on southbound 125 past Lemon. It's over to the right shoulder. In the North County, northbound 15, right around Felicito, reports of a stalled vehicle in the slow lane. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Ted, thanks so much for giving us a few minutes of your time today on what's really a sad day. As I said earlier, kind of a show I hoped I'd never have to do.
I understand. 48 years I knew Randy, and from the very time I got here in 1978, and he was still pitching at that time, and pitched for a couple of more years before he was traded to the Mets, and got to know him, but then who didn't? This was, he and I have been an ambassador, the two ambassadors for the club for the last, my 5 years, and he longer than that. And it's been a blessing to me to be an ambassador, and a blessing to me further to be an ambassador, because I've gotten to know Randy so much better the last 5 years as co-ambassadors, because Peter Seidler asked me to spend a couple of games for homestand in the owner's suite and be with people and so forth. And every game that I was there, Randy was there, because Randy went to basically all of them. And so we would dine together, and Marie would be there, and there's grandkids and kids through the years. And I got to know him better then than during the time that he played. And I am so blessed by that and so grateful for that, and has been through so much. I mean, so much. It's the business of getting into the 70s like we are, and you just want, to be healthy first and foremost, regardless of the age. And he didn't have a lot of luck with that, from the throat cancer to the major back surgery. And a friend of mine, I didn't even know, I haven't seen Randy since the end of the season. And a friend of mine told me he broke his hip in September. And so much he had happened to him. And I think aged a lot. Physically in the last few years rather than chronologically, but just a great guy. I always think about that. I got to cover Tony Gwynn for 20 years, and I had a couple as a TV guy at Channel 8, and then a broadcaster with KFMB when they did the Padres, and got to be with Randy. You can't have two, never mind ambassador. They were ambassadors and they were players. And that's the kind of guy they both were. And I was so blessed to know both of them.
Theodore, I didn't get a chance to see Randy pitch or get to know him as a player. I got to know him in his kind of second act
right.
as he was retired. But you got to cover him a little bit here in San Diego. What was he like as a player, covering him then?
And it was kind of a shame for me, and because he had been so terrific. The first, and people forget this. You know the analogy that I use, that when Joe DiMaggio retired with the Yankees, he started doing commercials for the new company called Mr. Coffee, the Mr. Coffee machine, and they were all over New York and so forth. And young people would ask their dad and their mom, Joe DiMaggio was a ball player? You mean the Mr. Coffee guy?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I think so many young fans in San Diego, and maybe young adults too, who were not here, like I was for the prime of it, only the end of it, the playing career, that Randy Jones was a player. I thought he was as I always call it, a magnet, entrepreneur, because he hustled and he worked and he did stuff constantly. And they know him for the barbecue restaurant that he used to have. They know him for the barbecue restaurant at the new Petco and the kiosk and all that stuff. And he became more noted for that, plus his broadcast work and talk shows, right, where you guys, in terms of doing, and Padre pre-games and post-games and all that for a couple of decades. So they knew him as a broadcaster and a restaurant guy. And he played. Not only did he play, he was the first Padre star on early expansion bad teams. And was just the guy, early on with Dave Winfield and those guys that were the so-called cornerstones of the franchise. And I think Randy is kind of forgotten for that, because it's been so far back there, and they were not, good Padre teams, winning teams. But to win like that, with those kind of teams, to win 22 with a mediocre team in '76, just amazing. And to answer your questions, the kind of pitcher. And I saw him, like I said, when he was in his last couple of years, and then he was traded, had 2 more years with the Mets, and he wasn't the same pitcher. Had that nerve problem he had in his shoulder and neck, and he was never the same pitcher again, literally, after he won the Cy Young in '76. But the sinker made him. The sinker made him, and he was unbelievable. He was just unhittable. It's just like Trevor, with the changeup, the Bugs Bunny pitch, he calls it, where you could tell him, hey, changeup is coming. They still couldn't hit Trevor. Yeah. And the same thing with Randy. It's a sinker, but I can't hit it. My favorite moment was Pete Rose. He owned the all-time hit champion. And Pete, one time, of course, batting right-handed against Randy, the lefty, got so frustrated, he came up and he batted left-handed against him. And thought, hell, I can't hit him right-handed. I'll try lefty.
That's
and
when,
grounded
you
out.
know you're frustrated as a hitter, when you
exactly
decide to go
right.
same side.
And grounded out. So Randy, and the fascinating part, and it shows how much the game has changed. I'm not a big stat guy. Not a big stat, algorithms, all that stuff. I'm not big into that, but there's some that are amazing. But to show you how the game has changed, when he won the Cy Young, 315 innings. 315. You know when you'll see that again? Never.
Yeah.
In that same year, 25 complete games.
Yeah.
That's got to be more than the entire National League combined last year for himself. And what made him even better, and he told me this, that with the sinker, he had it early sharp, and then you get a little less sink later. But when he got tired, it always sunk like crazy and moved like crazy. So he got better as he got tired. And so if you can get him out of there by the 6th, he was going 9 and you were going to lose. Good chance you were going to lose. And it always fascinated me, because it was really, really hard to hit. And like I said, he was fantastic, and it all peaked in that '76 season. He beat out Jerry Koosman for the Cy Young with the Mets star, and Don Sutton, my old buddy with the Dodgers, and Steve Carlton with the Phillies. That's what young people need to know, that this Randy Jones, great guy, ambassador, barbecue restaurateur, but one hell of a pitcher in his Cy Young year.
Yeah, for sure. And, the fact that he said he got tired as the game went on, that was the excuse he told himself to stay out late the night before a ball game. Like, I better stay out here for another couple of beers just to make sure I'm tired tomorrow.
My boy RJ didn't need it. My boy RJ didn't need any excuses to stay out late for another couple of beers.
Ted, you're so good at doing stuff like this. I mean, everybody's going to try to, how are we going to remember? What is his legacy going to be when the sadness wears off? I told Tony's dad's going to always be Mr. Padre, but where's Randy going to fit into that scheme here as the years go on a little bit?
Because of all the stars, and Dave Winfield was a good guy, and I had a great relationship with Dave. I still do. and all those other guys, and the so-called cornerstones and the stars, Jake Peavy, so forth and so on, Greg Vaughn, love all those guys. But in terms of personalities, as in, what do you need? You need okay. What charity do you need me to be involved in? That's Tony Gwynn, and that's Randy Jones. And in terms of whatever you need, and I was so blessed to be, with him. Like I said, my 5 years of ambassadorship, he's there every night, and I watch him with people. And you can learn. You really can. You can learn from people like that. I always did that. You know how I did that in my life, later in my life, and changed a lot. I hope for the better. That I would watch what Jerry Coleman would do, and I would watch what Randy Jones would do in dealing with the public. And when I had a problem or thinking how I would deal with something, a speech or an appearance I would make, I would ask myself, what would Jerry do?
Yeah.
What would Randy do?
Yeah.
That's the legacy to me personally, that their personalities, their charm, their love for people is returned by all those people. And Randy stands out among all Padre players for having that. Like I said, just in spades, amazing. Simply amazing. One of my favorite stories, Hal Clement told me this, that when I was at Channel 8 on sports, Hal, of course, was the number one sports guy at Channel 10, and a terrific one. And he wanted to do one of those, remember, reporter involvement stories. So he called Randy and said, hey, I could hit you. I could hit you, Randy. and Lefty said, okay. What do you want to do? I'm going to come out with a camera at Jack Murphy, and I'm going to let you pitch to me, and we'll do a story on it. Okay, I'll see you out there, whatever. And he goes out there. Now, Hal tells me that RJ is throwing lollipops at him. He would throw 85, but now he's throwing 70. And Hal hit one really hard, right back up the box.
Oh.
And Randy had to dance out of the way. And so the next pitch, he knocks Hal down.
There we go.
Sounds like RJ.
He knocks Hal down. He takes a couple of steps toward home plate, and he says, hey, don't you ever hit one back up the box against me. Stares at him, and then gets hysterical. Breaks out laughing. Hal breaks out laughing. That's Randy Jones.
Yeah. I think, and if he wanted to throw in high and tight, I don't think anyone ever had a better control than him, until maybe Maddox. I'm putting him on that level
RJ,
for pinpoint control, Ted.
Yeah, he didn't strike out many, but I'll tell you what, he didn't even walk anybody. He was going to go, here it is. Go ahead and try to hit it. Ground it out. Give me a double play. I know you will. And he had 90 strikeouts, even the Cy Young Award winner year. 90, nothing. It was not about that. I'm going to put it in play. I'm going to use my defense. I'm going to go get a drink of water. That's it.
Ted, thank you so much. We really appreciate you doing this today. I know you had probably a lot of people calling and asking. It was very nice of you to join us, and we appreciate it a lot. Thanks, sir.
I appreciate it. It was a tough night hearing the rumors, and then making a lot of calls all night long and trying to reach people, and now we know, and I miss him already.
Yeah, well said, as it always is by Ted Leitner. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you, Theodore.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
You bet.
So we'll end the week there. Always leave it to Theodore to kind of put things in perspective, kind of set the kind of scene for you, and really kind of explained RJ in a way that I think all of us experienced RJ. And so,
yeah, we're gonna miss him
for sure.
No question, Tony. And he's a ledge. Always, I don't know. Is ledge? Is that even? Can I say that?
Never heard of it. I was just going to keep rolling with it like it was a normal thing.
I thought he said alleged for a second. I was like,
no, he said ledge.
A ledge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't go with that.
I don't know. We'll
never heard that?
Ledge?
How have I heard something that you guys haven't heard?
I can't say I've heard ledge.
I've never heard
He's
ledge.
a ledge.
Either. But if Tony hasn't heard it, then it's definitely not a word.
Get out of here, Skraby. It's totally a word. Goodness sake.
It's like when Chris one time called the one part of the Petco Park the Lodge, and I was like, what a dummy. It's the Lodge. It's the Lodge.
No, it's Lodge.
I've never heard Lodge in my life.
What a dummy.
It's like, can you believe this guy?
Well, that music means our time has come to an end. We'll be back again Monday. Full force. Chris will be making his way back Monday, I believe.
Tuesday.
It's
going to be
Tuesday.
Chris.
No, I'm going to be here Monday.
Yes,
I'll be right here Monday.
Skraby has really what is the word I'm looking for?
dregs of the shows of the week because there's nothing to talk about.
He has the unenviable job of having an hour show with not a lot to talk about. Good luck, buddy.
Please listen to him, though.
Thank you.
Skraby Chronicles up next.